I now request everyone to settle down as we begin with the formal proceedings. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of ELCIA, Electronic City Industries Association, Department of Industrial Training and Employment, Government of Karnataka, DGT, NSDC, and ESSCI, we warmly welcome you to the PM NAPS Awareness Workshop. Now, to deliver the welcoming address, I invite Shri Sriram Kumar V, CEO of ELCIA, to address the gathering. Please welcome him with a round of applause.
Morning, everyone. Am I audible at the end? Thank you. I see a lot of smiles. Good morning to all the dignitaries and guests to the capacity building workshop on the Pradhan Mantri National Apprentice Promotion Scheme, PM NAPS scheme. I have the pleasure to welcome Dr. Ragapriya R, IAS, Commissioner, Department of Industrial Training and Employment, Government of Karnataka. Welcome, ma'am. Shri NR Aravindan, Deputy Director General of Directorate of General of Training, Government of India. Shri B.L. Chandrashekara, Joint Director, Apprenticeship, Government of Karnataka. Shri Shaik Mahmood, Head, South India Region, National Skill Development Corporation. Shri Santhosh Jaiswal, Regional PF Commissioner. I think he's on the way. He's on the way. Shri Chandrashekar Ramanathan, Professor and Dean Academics, IIIT Bangalore. And Shri Chethan Hegde, Treasurer ELCIA and Director of Bhavani Industries. And all the participants from various industries in Electronic City and beyond. I'm sure all of you from more than 200 organizations from the industrial areas of Electronic City, Bomsandra, Veersandra, Jigni, and beyond will find this workshop I'm also pleased to welcome Mr. Vaidyagonda, Joint Director. Thank you all for your presence. So the 200 registrations have crossed almost 300. It's one of the most successful, I should say. From more than 200 organizations from industrial areas of Electronic City, Bomsandra, Veersandra, Jigni, and beyond will find this workshop useful and make use of the schemes for the benefit of the industrial growth. ELCIA is happy to host this event of significance on behalf of the government at Electronic City. Have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your warm welcome. It set a great tone to the event.
ಈ ದಿನದ ಕಾರ್ಯಾಗಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ನೆರೆದಿರುವ ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನೂ ನಮಿಸುತ್ತಾ ಇದೀಗ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಸಂಪ್ರದಾಯ ಸನಾತನ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಯ ಪದ್ಧತಿಯಂತೆ ಜ್ಞಾನದ ಬೆಳಕನ್ನು ಬೆಳಗಿಸುವ ಅಂಧಕಾರವನ್ನು ಹೋಗಲಾಡಿಸುವ ಸಮೃದ್ಧಿಯ ಸಂಕೇತವಾದ ದೀಪ ಬೆಳಗಿಸುವ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಕ್ಷಿಯಾಗೋಣ. ಇಂದಿನ ನಮ್ಮ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳಾದ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ರಾಗಪ್ರಿಯ ಆರ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, IAS, Commissioner, Department of Industrial Training and Employment, Government of Karnataka. Shri NR Aravindan sir, Deputy Director General of Directorate General of Training, Government of India. Professor Chandrashekar Ramanathan sir, Professor and Dean Academics, IIIT Bengaluru. Shri Shaik Mahmood sir, Regional Head, South NSDC. Shri B.L. Chandrashekar sir, Joint Director, Government of Karnataka. Shri Chethan Hegde sir, Treasurer, ELCIA. Shri Santhosh Jaiswal sir, Regional PF Commissioner. Shri Vaidyagonda sir, Joint Director, Government of Karnataka. Shri Sriram Kumar V sir, CEO, ELCIA. ಇವರನ್ನು ಗೌರವಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿ ದೀಪ ಬೆಳಗುವಂತೆ ವಿನಂತಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೇನೆ.
ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸೈಡಿಂದ ಹಚ್ಚಿ ಸರ್, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸೈಡಿಂದ. Sir, please come back, sir. Ready, please? One more. Thank you.
ಶ್ರೀ ಸಂತೋಷ್ ಜೈಸ್ವಾಲ್ ಸರ್ ಇವರನ್ನು ವೇದಿಕೆಗೆ ಆಹ್ವಾನಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ.
Before we go forward, let's watch a short video about ELCIA.
Established in 1978 and spread across 903 acres with a 2 lakh employee base, 160 Indian and international companies like Infosys, Wipro, Tech Mahindra, Siemens, HP, TCS, Tata Power, Faruk, Tunian, Dassault, Hydro Technologies, Viscom, Bhavani Industries, and Synthesis among others. Electronic City Industries Association, ELCIA, formed in 1992, was responsible for the estate management of Electronic City. ELCIA, a unique organization, has evolved and has established 4 crucial entities: ELCIA, ELCIA Cluster, ELCIA Trust, and ELCIA Skill Development Center, ESDC. The united vision of ELCIA is economic growth and improved quality of life for members. Enabling partnerships, enriching relationships, and enhancing capabilities are the 3 pillars on which ELCIA is concentrating. When the Karnataka government, as the first in the country, declared Electronic City as an ECT industrial township area, ELCIA, over 9 years, it has established model township governance, and the smart city at Electronic City is worth emulating. ELCIA Cluster Common Facilities Center, CFC, was Karnataka's first shared MSME Common Facilities Center for electronics assembly and testing and machine shop, set up in Electronic City, and was built with financial support from central and state governments. It supports small companies manufacturing their products using the shared facility without deploying additional capital. It has state-of-the-art equipment that can be used for pilot or small volume production and new product development. ELCIA Trust has been involved in community service for 20 years and supports 24 government schools for midday meals for 4,500 children. Infrastructure improvement, education aids, and civic knowledge improvement. The ELCIA Skill Development Center, ESDC, was established in December 2021 and works to equip job seekers and organize apprenticeships to supply companies with skilled workers. ELCIA has empaneled a network of consultants in the areas of legal, finance, IPR, IR, statutory affairs, marketing, and other consultancy and advisory services to support individual MSMEs' growth. For us at ELCIA, sky is the limit for what can be achieved with extraordinary member participation.
Now, to give us an overview of ELCIA, its activities, and its contribution towards the promotion of NAPS among member industries, I request Shri Chethan Hegde sir, ELCIA Treasurer, to please address the audience.
Good morning. Hope I'm audible. Yeah. Good morning to all the dignitaries, members, and friends at ELCIA. It's a privilege to join today as we welcome to strengthen together the industry participation in the Pradhan Mantri National Apprentice Promotion Scheme. ELCIA, as we have shown in the video, is about 3 decades old, about 30 years old, has consistently championed the apprenticeship program in most of its small, medium and large industries. Electronic City has employs about 3 lakh people totally across about 200 companies in both large, medium and small. This is together with both direct and indirect employees if we consider that. The demand of skilled labor is a continuous requirement in Electronic City and in the subsequent industrial areas like Bommanalli, Bommasandra, Veersandra, till Attibele, where continuously we have industry bodies, and it is one of the main requirements and one of the engines for the industry to run. Apprenticeship bridges the gap between the grassroots to what the industry requires. Through the ELCIA Skill Development Center, we have trained about 5,000 candidates, and we have successfully placed about 55% of them in various industries. We collaborate with about 70 plus ITIs across Karnataka and ensure a steady flow of talent into the surrounding areas. We don't restrict ourselves just to Electronic City. We also, any of the other industrial bodies also can approach ESDC for their candidates. I think this is something we would like to reiterate. But what we see is the industry, there's a gap between the industry requirement and the actual apprentice scheme and the apprentices coming out, and I think the government is addressing that. There is also a focus on the change in curriculum, but this is becoming more and more with this AI and other new technologies coming in. Most of the new technologies like robotics, industry 4.0, EVs, EMS, drones, space techs, and defense. These are the new and emerging industries where the industry as well as the colleges and the government curriculum should focus on, and so that the boys and the girls who are taking up these schemes should be in the right line. Skilling on the job is a very good opportunity. We in Bhavani Industries have been using the apprentice scheme for last 10 years, 2015 I think we started, and especially we are bringing people from the tier 2 and tier 3 cities or rural areas in Karnataka and employing them. We have found it very challenging to be very truthful to get employees from Bangalore to work in manufacturing industries. So we are preferring mostly the people from the tier 2 and tier 3 cities for apprentice. The government incentive under the PM NAPS plays a vital role in supporting talent development and retention, and we look forward to continued support. Support to MSMEs is especially critical with over 8.5 lakh industries employing about 55 lakh people. One more thing what we would like to reiterate today is Electronic City is not just the big giants, it also comprises of a lot of small and medium micro industries. We also have a KSITC complex inside Electronic City where a lot of small industries, small startups are there, and we require the government support and continued direction to help us in this growth. I thank the leaders from various government departments for engaging directly with the industry and giving us important initiatives. I hope this event a great success, and thank you once again for all of you to welcome you here to make this event a great success. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the insightful overview. Now, I'll be giving a brief introduction about Dr. Ragapriya R, IAS, Commissioner, Department of Industrial Training and Employment, Government of Karnataka. Dr. Ragapriya R is currently spearheading in the capacity of Commissioner, Department of Industrial Training and Employment. She has been serving as Commissioner, Department of Industrial Training and Employment from 30th October 2023. She is a 2011 batch IAS officer of Karnataka Cadre, who has also completed her Bachelor of Dental Surgery and has more than a decade of experience in public administration. She has served as CEO of Chikmagaluru district, and her efforts under Swachh Bharat mission has ensured that it was one of the first districts to be declared ODF in Karnataka. Subsequently, during her stint as Managing Director, Discom from 2017 to 2019, she took initiatives to bring down distribution and transmission losses, and after substantial efforts made the Discom profitable. She was also posted as District Collector, Yadgir, one of the aspirational districts of Karnataka, from 2020 to 2022, and took major initiatives in health and education sectors. She subsequently served as Managing Director, National Livelihood Mission in 2022. Her first initiative was to include all the families below poverty line into the self-help groups, and complete enrollment of a total of 30 lakh women under SHGs. At her present tenure, she has implemented the Yuva Nidhi scheme, one of the flagship programs of Government of Karnataka, where financial assistance and skill training is being provided for educated unemployed youth of Karnataka from 2024.
Now I kindly invite Dr. Ragapriya R, ma'am, IAS Commissioner, Department of Industrial Training and Employment, Government of Karnataka, to deliver the keynote address and brief us about PM, Setu and NAPS.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. So it's my proud privilege to address this gathering at ELCIA today. And first I would like to thank ELCIA for having coordinated with the Government of Karnataka Skill Development Department for organizing this PM NAPS workshop. So I would like to thank Shri Chethan Hegde and Shri Chandrashekar Ramanathan and of course Mr. Shivayogi V Ballolli for giving the government this opportunity to address various stakeholders from ELCIA. So before we go into the details of this entire program, I would just like to give a brief overview of our department. So the Department of Industrial Training and Employment, we primarily oversee the government ITIs in Karnataka. So we, under our control, around 270 government ITIs, 192 grant and aid ITIs, and around 750 odd private ITIs are functioning. We are also the nodal department which is implementing the National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme. So we are implementing this scheme with relation to both our government ITIs as well as in relation to various stakeholders under the NAPS program. So as far as the apprenticeship scheme is concerned, it is governed by the Apprenticeship Act of 1961. So I think most of you already are familiar with the Apprenticeship Act, which mandates that each industry or any organization which has more than 30 employees capacity has to minimum hire 1.5% to a maximum limit of 15% of its total employee strength as apprentices. We have seen that this scheme in the initial stages when maybe 10-15 years back, we did have a lot of students going after completing of their training, taking up apprenticeship, and also employers were also very much interested in taking the students into the apprenticeship program. But we've seen that over the years, many industries now are quite apprehensive into entering this project itself. In our interaction with various industry bodies, we had a similar interaction with Pinya Industry Association a month back, and most of the industries are a bit apprehensive about taking students under the NAPS program, and they are more willing to take the students as contract laborers and other wage laborers. So we want to, the object of today's program is to ensure that each industry association, whether it's PINIA or ELCIA or any other association, completes its mandate of hiring apprentices. And it's not only that, we do not want to compel you to do something which you don't want to. We want to also tell you about the advantages of this scheme. What is the possible advantages that industries might accrue through the scheme? And all of us know that hiring apprentices is a win-win for both of us. One is our students get a sort of a training period before which they go into regular employment, so they can understand what are the nuances of working in an industry and how best to be prepared in the industry. And from your side, you also have a ready labor who can be directly employed and who are also not bound by the constraints of PF and ESI and other government contractual obligations. So we would encourage you to participate actively in today's discussion about the PM NAPS, and also I hope that today I've heard from the representatives that more than 300 industries have registered today. So I want each and every one of you to look at reaching your minimum limit of 2.5% and trying to reach the upper limit of 15%, and it's not going to be of some great loss to you, because I'm very sure that it's a beneficial program to all of you. I would also like to explain about the financial impact of the scheme, in the sense that under the National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme, the Government of India also reimburses 1,500 rupees for the total cost of the apprenticeship being given to the students. So that's an upper limit, and we also have representatives from both who will also talk about the National Apprenticeship Training Scheme, which will apply to degree and postgraduate and other students also. So the impact of today's workshop, because this whole process started when we looked at the number of industries which are working in Bangalore and how many are active and how many are inactive. So we can see that almost out of 7,000 odd establishments, only 500 establishments are active. So that means that a substantial portion of establishments are not even within the ambit of the National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme. So we issued notices to more than 7,000 odd establishments, first round, second round, but then we thought, this is not something that, we can compel industries to do. Industries need to come forward themselves and, understand the utility of this scheme, and that's why we are here today. And along with this scheme, I would also, Mr. Shivayogi also requested me to touch upon the PM Setu program, which is basically a very ambitious Government of India program which envisions redeployment of ITIs into a center of excellence. So basically the ITIs, the Industrial Training Institutes, which we are primarily managing, there would be around 10 ITAs which would be selected as hubs, and these hubs would serve as center of excellence which would support 4 or 5 spokes. So the ELCIA representatives also wanted to know if industry associations can take part as one of the hubs. You definitely can. So we have got a clarification from the central government that any industry association, be it CASIA or PINI or ELCIA, can participate as a stakeholder in the hub. And the purpose of the hub, the purpose of this whole scheme is, most of the industries where they come to us, their grouse is the students are not industry ready. They don't have the necessary skills required to, start working in the industry. The skills could be twofold. It could be technical skills. It could just be as far as ITA is concerned, for us it's more of hard skills, technical skills. And also there is an element of lack of soft skills also, communication ability, language ability, reading comprehension, a lot of other things. So this hub and spoke model under PM Setu is exactly the right opportunity for industries to kind of create the labor workforce that you need. So under this model, you can introduce the courses that you want. You can focus on the skills that you want. So we are primarily looking at 1-year and 2-year long-term courses. You can also have 3 to 6 months of short-term courses. I'm talking about ITIs primarily. So this will ensure that the students who come trained through the hub and spoke model is industry ready, completely skilled, and is a very valuable workforce for you. So I also request the members of ELCIA to participate as an organization in the hub and spoke model of PM Setu. The majority contribution in this program is through the central and the state government, and there is a small contribution from the industry side also. So that is as far as the PM Setu program is concerned. So as far as the NAPS scheme is concerned, we are doing pretty well. As it's not only just ELCIA, we are looking at other organizations, we're looking at other stakeholders, we're looking at third-party aggregators. So out of our annual target of 1.5 lakh people, we've already enrolled more than 1 lakh through the efforts by NSDC and through our organization. But we're just not looking at numbers alone, we are looking at quantitative engagement with all of you. We want each and every one of you to engage positively with us under the National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme, and I hope today will be a good step forward. So I thank you all of you for giving me your valuable time. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka.
Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable insight and guidance.
I request Mr. Chethan Hegde, sir, to honor Commissioner with a memento. Thank you, sir, for honoring the guest. Now, to speak about the importance of Government of India apprenticeship schemes for industries, I invite Shri NR Aravindan, sir, Deputy Director General of Directorate General of Training, Government of India, to address the audience.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Good morning to all the dignitaries on the days and off the days. I am really fortunate to be present here representing Government of India. Even though I have been asked to give a brief on this particular National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme, what I feel is my colleagues shall be giving a detailed presentation, the objectives and the implementation of this scheme. Otherwise also, I shall be telling little about NAPS. Like our Commissioner Madam took advantage in briefing about the latest Government of India scheme, that is PM Setu, that is skilling and employment transformation through upgraded ITIs. Now we can say it has overcome all our Government of India previous flagship schemes. Now everywhere we talk about PM Setu. The assignment what I thought of coming over here and telling about Setu on behalf of Government of India, that has been taken care of by Government of Karnataka. I am thankful to them. Sir, like all of you know about our apprenticeship things, as per that Act 1961, lot of, we can say, revisions have been made in the guidelines, and it has been made industry friendly. That is the major attraction of this scheme as of now. See, nowadays we are talking only on ease of doing business. It is not that only simply telling. Government wanted to ensure that the actions are also being done accordingly. See, once upon a time, we were having only some specified trades. We call them as some time back as designated trades. That means the trades which are notified by the government, they are called as designated trades, and they shall be taken for having this apprenticeship scheme, wherein candidates may undergo training for 1 to 3 years, and they get the National Apprenticeship Certificate, for which the candidates need to appear. See, most of them, after completion of ITI, they shall undergo this apprenticeship certification course. The thing is, they already got the trade certificate. Again, they made to appear for all kinds of examinations, subjects, like workshop calculation and science, drawing, trade theory. These are all the subjects they need to again appear to get the apprenticeship certificate. Like when I was saying ease of doing, what we did is, since already they have done NTC, why not to get rid of all this again repetition of having drawing and other components. So we have completely waived off, And the industries have been given the liberty to conduct only the practical examination, and they need to upload the practical exam after assessment of the marks to the central portal, and they shall be given certification. I can say before some around 2014 or before that, across the country the number was very little. We are hardly trying to reach few lakhs. I cannot say not even lakhs. We were in thousands. But now you have seen lot of candidates are coming in, because we all know that whenever a candidate is not up to the mark in his academics, they would like to take this IIT admission. Otherwise, they may try for degree courses, diploma courses and all. Since his capability may not be that much in academic field, he has chosen IIT. And if you think of asking him to write all these kinds of maths and other, he doesn't want to do any mathematical things. That's why he's come into IIT to do hands-on skill and have some career path. But if you again insist him no writing all these examinations, so what we did is we have completely removed. The other beauty is that, like I said, it is industry friendly. You all know apprenticeship, it gets us a lot of values for both candidates as well as to the industry. See, the industry can address that skill gap, what you want. We can go for it. Now we have given the liberty, the industry themselves can design the course as per their requirement. And if it is populated to DGT or ministry, we'll approve that course. You need not worry about that specified 256 Government of India notified courses. You can design your own course and you can run that under this apprenticeship category. This also comes under NAPS scheme. The third one is, the attrition rate might be very less. The candidate understands that what shall be the industry environment, and he might be seeing the other regular employees. Once if I complete, if I am employed, I may be working here like this. So he gets some complete picture of that industry. In case if you employ him, he may not be leaving so easily. And that loyalty factor also will be there. See, that candidate is with me for an year, for a year. So I will be knowing, I know what is in his best, and I can tap that potential. So it is like a win-win for the candidate as well as to the employer. And we say for recruitment also, we spend a lot of money. We reach the manpower agencies to hire the candidates. Here we did not do. Now all kinds of portals have been made. Latest development is Government of India. Actually, we are in the verge of, we can say, converging all different ministries who are into skilling. And the app, we can say, a portal has been made that is called as Skill India Digital Hub. We call it as SID. It has become one of the popular name. I do not know how many of you might have know about it. But SID is one of the major development done by this skill ministry, wherein we can get all the details. Lakhs of establishments have registered themselves in the portal. Candidates also can get into it. Lot of courses are populated in that. Videos are all there. You can browse it. You can also undertake latest courses also, for which credit is there. I think if I keep telling, there is no end to it. Lot of things have happened. But we feel in such a forum like this is the right time to have the advocacy. Otherwise, we are not in a position to take it forward to everyone. Last month also on 24th, similar kind of workshop had been held in the RDSDE under ministry with the support of Government of Karnataka, NSDC, and there also I had the opportunity to address all the gatherings, wherein like this only more than 200 representatives from the establishments were present. See, wherever we go, we always try to see to that, simply coming, you also come, we also be present here, talk something and to go, it should not happen. Now we all get into a new area called as impact. Wherever we go, we see to that, did you do impact analysis? Our people have completely changed. My boss also asked, you have gone here, how many of them have come? Did you tell something about our ministry details? How many of them were interested? After some time, we will be interacting with you and to find out, after this NAPS program, those establishments present here, how many of them have engaged apprentices? Simply coming, no, it doesn't, no, we are wasting the time. So I will be interacting with the concerned officials here, as well as Southern Region, Mr. Shaik Mahmood ji, to find out, we shall give some time and let us find out how many of them have shown interest and started engaging. Otherwise it is meaningless. Not only apprenticeship, like Madam was telling about Setu, if this cluster could be able to get in there, we are really happy. Madam might be pitching for ITIs. I have come here to pitch for our NSTIs. We run national skill training institutions across India. There are 33 NSTIs are there. Out of that 33 NSTIs, 5 skill training institutions are to be upgraded under this PM Setu scheme. Apart from this 1,000 meant for ITIs, 5 central government skill training institutions are also going to be upgraded. We are also seeking partners on similar lines. Under state government mode, we will have tripartite agreement wherein central government, state and industry will be there. In both the cases, it is industry-led, government run. So scenario we are completely changing. Government would like to have lesser participation and we want to bring in industry people. So I want to pitch for my 5 institutions. Fortunately, in southern India, we have 2 NSTIs earmarked for this scheme. One is at Chennai, another one at Hyderabad. It doesn't mean that Bangalore we are here, why not the NSTA present in Bangalore? It is not like that. It has got the cabinet approval in the selection of 5 NSTIs. We cannot say anything, but you can pitch in for our Chennai and Hyderabad units. One more thing I want to clarify that there is a misconception that whenever the industry comes as the anchor industry partner, they feel that we may have to get into the day-to-day activities of the institute and it doesn't match with our whatever your business model or your main agenda. So we will get disturbed. It is not like that. You have to lead the show in the sense you will be one of the board member and the anchor industry partner will be selecting or having his own CEO appointed exclusively for this purpose, and that CEO will run the program. Yes, definitely you may have to intervene. All the time we cannot think of the business model. We have to do something for the nation also. When everybody, other countries say that everywhere industry is playing major role, in our country academic and other government players are doing it, we want to bring in change in that scenario. Definitely all should support. Business also is possible. There are a lot of ways will be there. We can run short-term programs. and your own customized programs. And if that cluster wants some candidates, you can propose such courses there, get them training, and you hire them. Opportunities are wide open. I think I will take 2 more minutes and I will conclude. Like I was telling, this impact analysis, when I was addressing the audience on 24th of January, I just told a little about other schemes of Government of India. One on Flexi MOU, another one is dual system of training, DST mode. In DST mode, 50% of the time the candidates will be undergoing at the training or a classroom, he will be there. Remaining 50%, he will spend his time in the factory environment, undergoing on-the-job training. This is one thing. Another one I was telling about the Flexi MOU. In the Flexi MOU, see, now there are a lot of people now who wanted to have their own ITIs, have fitter, electrician, plumber, all these things. Under Flexi MOU, what we have done is, you run ITI in your own industry. You want to run in a particular segment or one particular trade. You come out with your curriculum, we will get it NSQF complied through National Council for Vocational Education and Training, and you can run the program, and they shall be certified same national trade certificate. So such an opportunity, very difficult to get, and as on date, there are only 11 players are there across the country. One among that is Toyota, which is doing a wonderful job in Karnataka. They run one Flexi MOU program under GOI. 1,200 candidates are undergoing the training, out of which 600 are the female candidates. None of the other states have come forward. Here it has happened. Why I am telling is that impact thing. After telling about this, might be through my colleagues, or after few days, I got one call from Bosch company telling that their team would like to meet us and they wanted to get into this Flexi MOU, and they have come out with some definite number of trades for which they said, sir, we would like to seek stamping from ministry so that we can also run. So that was the happiness that, spite of promoting this NAPS, when I told about other schemes, NAPS might be happening, but I could be able to add one more industry partner under our skilling ecosystem. So that was the happiness. So I think with this I would like to conclude my, whatever the opportunity given to tell about the different schemes, particularly NAPS. If any queries are there, my colleagues from local RDSDE is there, and I will be requesting our NSDC colleagues also. We are always there to support each other, and I will be having all of your contact details also. As you know, data bank is the major thing what we require as of now. So I will be collecting, and we will have regular interaction and see to that something happens, like a win-win situation we should have. Government also should get benefit, as well as all the partners also should have the benefit. I think with this, let me thank once again to every one of you who have now wonderfully arranged this program, and I am very happy that it is keep on happening. So that's a major thing under the leadership of Skill Department Commissioner, and we are very happy, Ma'am from Center also, we thank you and, and we request, similar such programs should happen all across Karnataka and a lot of good things may happen. I think once again, thank you everyone.
Thank you, sir, for the informative address. I request Mr. Shri Sriram Kumar to honor Deputy Director with a memento. Next up, we invite Shri Chandrashekar Ramanathan, sir, Professor and Dean Academics, IIIT B, Bangalore, to share his thoughts on the importance of vocational skills for industries.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ and very warm, indeed it's warm morning to all of you, all the dignitaries from Government of India, dignitaries from Government of Karnataka and officials from ELCIA. It's a very warm welcome to IIIT B. So as a representative of IIIT Bangalore, I welcome all of you for this very, very informative and important workshop. And in fact, I'm finding myself to be an odd person out here, being the only academician. And this is indeed an opportunity for me to put forth the academic perspective on this one as well. Because whenever we talked about it, I think all the previous speakers also pointed out, most of the times we are worried about the skill gaps that is there between the students who come from educational institutions and those who start working in the industry. And so instead of, so what I feel is that from an academic point of view, it is a joint responsibility to create skilled professionals. So I think it is from an academic perspective, so that is something that what we consciously are trying to do is to minimize the gap. But then that is not something that academic institutions alone can achieve, and which is where we have used the term called partnership over and over again. So the academia industry partnership is something which is extremely critical if as a nation we want to create highly skilled workforce. So let me just put that in a little bit of a perspective as to what is academia doing, what are academic institutions doing. So, to extend a collaborative hand with the industry. Normally whenever we talk about education and educational knowledge, so we generally talk about 3 levels of knowledge, right? So there are, especially when we talk about the classroom education, what is it that we try to focus on? We try to focus on 2 things, which we very famously, if there is somebody who is interested in education, you would know there's something called as a Bloom's taxonomy. So we can say that for any body of knowledge, there are things that they need to remember, right? So if I am talking or working on a machine, I need to remember what are the parts that go in there, in which order that goes in. And then we say that there is a second component wherein they have to understand what is going on. So it's just not good enough to remember that if I put them all together, it will start working. So in order to be able to fix if something goes wrong, I need to understand how it works. So in a majority part of it, these are the 2 things that education institutions can possibly try to contribute. But then there is a third element in the taxonomy. It says that you should know how to apply, right? How to practice what is learnt in the classroom. And so it's not as if we'll just do the, remember and understand and send them out. So what we do, so we set up labs. But then which is where I understand lots of HR people also might be here. So we talk about skills and competencies. So the labs focus on skills. So I teach them how to do soldering. I teach them how to operate a specific machine. But then it is the competencies where the industry's help is needed. Because in order to develop those competencies, we need real world problems to work on. And that is definitely by design, it is not there in educational institutions. So that is where this apprenticeship program is going to be an invaluable vehicle for the academia and industry to bridge together. Right, so that is where when we talk about this apprenticeship program, I think Madam also touched upon, right? So instead of looking at it as an immediate available of labor to do some work, I think we should think slightly long term and then say that, okay, while they are here, we are still fulfilling our part of the obligation as an industry to say that, okay, the education institution hopefully has done a decent job in fulfilling their obligation, but from an experiential learning, what is it that we can do, right? So that is where can I create an environment to allow the interns or the apprentices to pick up competencies which can be applied, which can be useful not only for where they are doing their apprenticeship, but as a lifelong skill, right? As a lifelong competency, not just for this particular organization, probably at least for that entire sector, in whichever sector they are gaining those skills and competencies, right? So that to me is a critical link that that these initiatives provide, and I'm delighted that these schemes have been put forth. At least as an academician, most of the times we are blamed, saying that no, you are not giving us skilled students to work, right? So this is clearly an indication that it is a joint responsibility between the industry and academia to create a workforce that fulfills the nation's dreams. So on that note, I once again thank you for inviting me, even though I'm not to represent academia in this very important forum with a lot of people all here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable inputs towards the event. I request Mr. Shivayogi V Ballolli, sir, to honor Professor and Dean Academics with a memento. Thank you, sir, for honoring the guest. Next, I would like to call Shri Shaik Mahmood, sir, Regional Head South, NSDC, to deliver about the objectives of NAPS.
Well, good morning, all of you. First of all, thank you very much for coming to this workshop. Okay, it's very difficult actually these days with so much of hectic pressure to take some time out and then come and hear us about the NAPS. And I thank Madam for her direction and leadership in arranging these kind of workshops. And I thank Vajgunda sir, I thank Halappa sir, I thank B.L. Chandrashekar sir, I thank Aravindan ji, and I thank 22 officers from IIIT department who have worked, tirelessly from past so many days in bringing you all here. I used to see the updates on that group which is made. I thank Shivayogi ji and the other, representatives of ELCIA in organizing this event. Now let me get into the presentation. Okay. Now, though the presentation is extensive due to time constraint, I will touch upon on certain key points. Okay. And then we will have a kind of, a question and answer session wherein we can discuss about it. It should be more of a kind of, dialogue than it should be a one-way communication. So let me take you quickly through some key aspects of NAPS. So let me not get into the definitions and other things of apprenticeship. We all know about it. We are all industry players. We all know about what apprenticeship is. Now let me tell you. Okay. So see, I am actually not willing to skip this. Let me tell you, why is apprenticeship? Okay. Why is apprenticeship? Our education system. Sir from institution was was actually talking about our academic system. Our academic system to a greater extent gives knowledge to the candidates. Now they would require on-the-job training to perform, basically become a successful, employees. So that initial, the critical time where the, youth gets into the job and try to learn it. That's the phase where we actually have to work upon. Both government and the industry should work upon how we can actually upgrade, their skills at that level. Okay, they would have carried some amount of knowledge. Then they would be semi-skilled. okay, then they will be, their behavioral aspect of it, so knowledge they would have carried, some amount of knowledge they would have carried, and some skills also they would have carried. And now behavior part of it, skill and behavior part of it is where we have to concentrate and then focus under this scheme so that these candidates who step into, who actually kind of get incubated into the industry, and then we have to work on that. This scheme does that. This scheme basically gives them training, hands-on training, on-the-job training, and then constantly work upon improving their skills and their behavior. Now let me touch upon why apprenticeship. Okay, this apprenticeship scheme basically bridge the skill gap between academic and industry. We all talk about it. It's a highly spoken topic in the industry, fraternity, that the students who are coming, the candidates who are coming into job market are lagging skills. Okay, so that is exactly why we have introduced apprenticeship. Okay, now develop a pipeline of trained workforce. So which industry doesn't want, which industry to grow doesn't want, see, the manpower, the HR aspect of the industry is the key factor for the industry to grow, right? You all accept. So we need to build a pool. Okay, improve productivity and efficiency. You see, what happens is, when you actually hire a fresher, first 1 year actually goes into, see, though the industry has changed, industry wants them to perform the day they join. Okay, I truly accept, appreciate that fact, and also throw some light upon in training them, and then bringing them up to a level when they start delivering as per your expectations. Now next is enhance youth employability. See, if we from the government side, when we look at it, see, employability is one of the key aspect for us to work upon. So that is why the government, brings up so many schemes. Okay, so let me get into the second slide. So Madam was talking about it. There was an act in 1961 which brought apprenticeship into the market. Then 1992 is when the apprenticeship rule came. Then 2014 is the introduction of optional trade. I think most of you would not be knowing what is the difference between designated trades and optional trades. See, between 1961 to 2014, most of this apprenticeship activity was happening in designated trades. And designated trades are basically the manufacturing trades which are trained in ITIs. Okay. Now optional trades is any trade other than designated trades is optional trades. Okay. Now 2014 is the transfer of apprenticeship training from Ministry of Labor and Employment to MSDE. Okay. The next is 2016 is when NAPS, National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme, is launched. Now 2018, NSDC V became the implementing agency. 2019, the portal was launched. Okay, there were, I know people who were, handling this portal during 2019, we had a lot of issues. Okay. So now 2023 is when launch of DBT, direct benefit transfer to the candidates under NAPS 2.4. And 2024 when DBT through APBS in other payment system that we got into. Now, let me, I think you all would like to know what are the, what are there in the Apprenticeship Act. See, 0 to 3, any industry which has a manpower of 0 to 3 is not eligible. 4 to 29, if you want to recruit, apprentice, you can go ahead and recruit. And then any organization which has more than 30, employees, it's mandatory. Sir, Chandrashekhar sir will talk about the other aspects of it. He will throw some light on it. Okay. So from the candidate point of view, I think it will be a shocker to most of you that 14 plus is the age, minimum age qualification for, apprentice. Okay. And 18 plus years is the minimum, age qualification for work in hazardous industries. Okay. Now, 5th standard is the minimum educational qualification. I think majority of you did not know that 5th standard, candidates can also take up apprenticeship. Okay. So especially from, staffing background, from, apparel manufacturing background people, it is a great news for them that they can recruit, candidates from that low, education qualification background also. Yeah, now, let me tell you about some additional highlights. Training duration is 6 months to 36 months. Course alignment. This is why you actually pick up NAPS. NSQF is National Skills Qualification Framework. See, prior to this NAPS, though the trainings were happening, were not aligned to any curriculum or any, framework or anything of that sort. Now there's a framework in place. You don't need to worry. We have SSC, friends over here who develop framework, who develop curriculum, who develop QPs. We have Rohini ji over here. She has also helped us a lot in organizing the workshop. See, we have SSC friends over here who will help you in developing the curriculum, developing the qualification packs. Qualification pack is basically a tablet which will talk about what a student need to know and what student need to perform actually. Okay, so now let's get into status of apprentice. Considered a trainee, not a worker. I request my industry friends to consider them as trainees, not as workers. Though the practice is that you actually consider them as workers, we request you to consider them as trainees, please. Okay. So now let's talk about what is not applicable. This is a very important point. Labor law is not applicable. I think we keep, I come across lots of industries who are shying away from taking up NAPS basically because of they will have some kind of a government intervention. Okay, they will come under some radar. If they give out some data, this, that, and all, they look at risk factor it. There is absolutely no risk. My dear industry friend, there is absolutely no risk. Please come out of, I also come from corporate background. I know why you are shying away. So there is absolutely no, labor law applied on these apprentices who are recruited. Now the next thing is establishments are not bound to pay PF ESI. Okay, you are not bound to pay PF ESI. Madam is laughing. I truly agree and appreciate. Okay, so you don't need to pay them PF and ESI. Okay, and I know that most of the establishment are paying them PF and ESI. We are happy to hear that. Okay, now let me throw some light on key provisions of the Apprenticeship Act. Regulatory oversight, apprenticeship advisors who oversee contract. We have apprenticeship advisors. We have, apprenticeship sir, our Vaijgunda sir is one of the apprenticeship advisor. They'll advise you. Whenever you want any support, they'll advise you, okay? So the next is stipend, mandatory payments, apprentices during training. There is a stipend, component in it. Otherwise, you will not get the candidates for training. Okay, there is a stipend component. We'll get into a slide which talk about, the minimum stipend you need to pay. Okay. Then the next is certification. Yeah. So why would a candidate come to you? So the candidates, we have some young friends here who are actually helping us in managing the show. They would definitely agree with me that, why would they come and be a trainee in your organization? There is a certificate component in it. Once the candidate completes the training as an apprentice, there will be an assessment at the end, and if they successfully complete that assessment, there will be a certification. I would like to tell you that this certificate is so important during migrations and other things, even during your, higher employment and other things. They may not look at your academic qualifications. If you carry an apprenticeship certificate, that will carry more value than your academic certificates. Okay. So then, penalty clauses, sir. I think I'll leave it to our, state, officers to talk about it. Contract of apprenticeship. See, apprenticeship is actually done as per the contract. There will be a contract which will be generated between an establishment. Establishment is basically a company who hires, apprentices. There will be a contract between the apprentices and the, establishments. Now, training component include basic training and on-the-job training. Anybody who comes from, who are not trained, you need to provide them basic training. There's a component in it, and an on-the-job training. Okay, let me get into the next slide. Okay, now comes the, finance part of it, the money part of it. You need to pay 75% and remaining 25% will be paid by the government. Maximum of 1,500 rupees will be paid by the government through DBT. Exclusion of government entities. Stipend, contribution under NAPS is not provided by the government departments and PSUs. Now, benefits for establishments and benefits for candidates. Okay, since we have maximum, establishments over here, I will take you through the benefits which are there for, the establishment. Financial incentives. See, it's not only that 1,500 rupees. There are some hidden, gains over here. You are not paying PF and ESI. Okay, there is no hiring cost involved in it. See, there are lots of financial benefits in it. Okay, then reduce hiring costs. The NAPS portal it's like a Naukri portal. It's like any job portal. It has lots of apprentices who are searching for jobs. You can hire them. This is cost-effective hiring. Labor law exemption. I told you about labor law exemption in my previous slide. CSR fund utilization. You can utilize your CSR funds for apprenticeship. Not only 1,500 rupees, the entire cost can be covered under CSR. Okay. Employee retention. Tell me which candidate would not like to work with you if you train them and then give them certificates and other things. Okay. Then structured training framework. This is something which is very important. The knowledge part of it. There's a structured content. Okay. We have 36 sector skills councils who have developed content for apprenticeship. Okay. So then next is financial incentives. I told you about financial incentives. Okay, now let me get into the difference between internship and apprenticeship. I don't think so I should be talking about it. I will simply talk about 1 or 2 points in it. Apprenticeship is long term, internship is short term. In apprenticeship we have stipend. In internship we may not have stipend. Many of the internships are done without stipend. Okay. Formalized with defined learning outcomes. Like I told you about NSQF, there is a formalized way. Okay, typically includes mentorship and structure. You need to assign one mentor, to the, apprentices. Leads to a nationally recognized career certification. Now, you all would be wondering of how many apprentices, how many companies, and basically the stats of it. We have 45 lakh plus apprentices are engaged. And you will be surprised to know that we have 54,000 establishment engaging in apprentices. 54,000. Okay, don't shy away, please. Okay, 70 lakhs plus candidate registered in FY 25-26 alone. Okay, in which Karnataka is contributing close to about 1.5 lakh. Okay, now 1,088 crores of online DBT has been disbursed. See, government is also coming forward in terms of subsiding, financial part of it. Now 45% apprentices come from diverse socio-economic background, and then there is one more important fact over here. Women apprentices are engaged, 21%. Okay. Now look at the growth. We have achieved 16 plus year-on-year growth. Okay. Who's leading? So we want Karnataka to be number 1. Okay. It is currently Maharashtra. Followed by Gujarat, then Tamil Nadu, then Karnataka. We want Karnataka to be number 1. Okay, now, policy amendment. Recently, there were some amendments which are made. Okay, the stipend is, revived. The stipend is revived, and it will get revived 35% year on year, in every 2 years. Virtual training. I think you all will be wondering whether we can give them virtual training or not. The virtual training is allowed. Hybrid training is also allowed. Okay. Now apprenticeship at client location. I think majority of the staffing company, they deploy, their manpower at the client location. You can deploy your apprentices also at the client location. Okay. Now training structure, gap restructure, 1 year gap and 2 times training. Okay. An apprentice, any apprentice who wants to pursue second round of apprenticeship can approve with a gap of 1 year in between. Okay. Regional outreach, we are having a new regional boards are being up. It's in the making. Okay, now next is inclusive support measures are in place to support women, PWD and apprenticeship from Northeast region. Yes, when you actually recruit, apprentices from Northeast region, you will be given, this 1,500 twice. You will receive 3,000 of, DBT. Okay, degree apprenticeship. I received a call in the morning inquiring about this degree apprenticeship. We are going to have, apprenticeship embedded degree programs, okay, in future, in which last 2 semesters, the candidates, the students can, avail apprenticeship. Okay. Now, next is, I think I spoke to you about it, new initiative, certification of proficiency. The students will get certification of proficiency, special additional 1,500, like I told you about Northeast region, funding for National Apprenticeship Mela. The central government is funding for national, PM National Apprenticeship Promotion Melas. Every second Monday of a month, we are having this Prime Minister, National Apprenticeship Melas at ITIs. Okay. Okay. Apprenticeship embedded degree programs, it is more to do with the academic institutions. If you want to take a picture of it, and then you can. Okay. Now let me get into the next slide. Okay. Look at the companies, look at the corporates who are, aligned with us from automotive, retail, BFSI, electronics, IT, apparel, and food processing. And this is how the apprenticeship certificate will look. Okay. Okay, we have this establishment success stories. Key role of TPS. Yeah, this is something which I feel like, it's very important. I keep getting lots of queries, I keep getting, at least while I was sitting here also, I have got about 10 calls in, inquiring, most of the establishment inquiring about this problem, that problem. We have something called TPAs, third-party aggregators in the system. Okay, you can take their support, they'll help you in implementing this scheme. Third-party aggregators are key stakeholders. Okay. So we have representatives from 2COMS, who's the leading, TPA. We have Quest Corp Limited. We have Yashasvi Academy. We have Teamlease. We have Yuva Shakti Foundation. Okay, they will support you in facilitation, registration, compliance, manage contracts, training oversight, improve outreach, and streamlining processes. Okay. Okay. I think sir would be, sir. Should I continue or you will take it up? Acha, okay, fine. Yeah, see, the total life cycle looks like this. The candidates, induction happens, they are trained in dojo, approach. Dojo is basically a, Japanese word for, training candidates, on-the-job training and things like that. Then there will be, induction, dojo, then on-the-job training, and soft skill sessions. Soft skill session, like in the beginning we were talking about soft skills, behavioral skills. Most of the thing, I think I have visited good number of establishments, I have found that, the establishments are actually not focusing on the behavioral skills of the candidates. We request you to, bring this training component into apprenticeship ecosystem. Okay, then monthly evaluation, like sir was telling, Aravindan sir was telling that there will be, ongoing evaluations every month. Then there will be a bi-monthly, monthly evaluation, supplementary checks, micro quizzes, end of contract. At the end of contract, there will be an assessment. Okay, new terminologies, and you all would be, willing to know what these terminologies are. Degree apprenticeship, like I told you, this is apprenticeship embedded degree program wherein the candidates will get to, become apprenticeship in the last 2 semesters. Institutions or colleges, regional centers, we are going to have central staff, persons with benchmark disability. Okay, now this is one more key slide. So earlier the stipend was like this for 5th to 9th pass out, it was 5,000 rupees. Now it has revised to 6,800 rupees. Now earlier it was for school pass outs up to 10th, it was 6,000 rupees. Now it is made 8,200 rupees. There's a growth of 2,200 rupees. School pass out 12th, 7,000 rupees earlier it was. Now it is 9,600. And national school certificate 7,000, 9,600. Technical vocational education certificate 7,000 it was, now it is 9,600. Technical apprenticeship diploma holders 8,000, 10,900. Then graduate apprenticeship, the graduate holder, see, this is very important for our, young colleagues. 9,000, from 9,000 it is increased to 12,300 rupees. Okay. A candidate can do a maximum of 2 apprenticeship trainings with a gap of 1 year in between. Okay. The second contract can only after 1 year. The second training must be in a different job role, not in the same job role. A lot of establishments keep coming to me inquiring about whether we can continue or not. No, actually you cannot continue. If you want, you need to change the job role. Stipend contribution under NAPS by the central government shall be restricted to the first time training only, the first intervention only. Okay. Termination of contracts, auto termination removed. It will never get auto terminated now. Auto request routed through advisor approval. Advisors need to approve the auto terminations. Voluntarily termination by apprenticeship can be done based on his health, hardship, relocation, transport and career. For male, 3-month waiting period before new contract is generated. After 3 months, new contract will be on non-NAPS. We don't need to pay them, stipend. Stipend need to be paid, not the DBT amount. Okay. Female, there is absolutely no waiting period. Immediately after, termination of the contract, she can join. But in non-NAPS setup, if the apprenticeship contract is terminated for the failure on part of apprentice to carry out the terms of contract, no new contract to be issued to the apprentice. This is great news for you all. I think people come, the candidates come, they join, they leave, they do all that stuff, and once that is terminated, they cannot rejoin again. Okay. This about it. I think though there are lots of more slides, I would like to, looking at the time availability, time constraint, I would like to stop here. Thank you all for giving me, this opportunity and here so peacefully. Thank you. Yeah.
ನ್ಯಾಪ್ಸ್ ಯೋಜನೆ ಕುರಿತು ವಿವರಿಸಲು ಶ್ರೀ B.L. ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ್ ಸರ್, ಜಂಟಿ ನಿರ್ದೇಶಕರು, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸರ್ಕಾರ, ಇವರನ್ನು ವೇದಿಕೆಗೆ ಆಹ್ವಾನಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ.
On behalf of ELCIA and the Department of Industrial Training and Employment, I welcome all industry partners to this event. This is the presentation on NAPS. We have, as our NSDC representative Shaik Mahmood sir has told, we have 2 different types of trades. One is the designated trade and another one is the optional trade group. Under designated trade group, we have as many as nearly 1,403 trades, and under designated trade group, we have nearly 837 trades. Now, the major difference between these two is, as far as designated trades are concerned, monitoring authority, policy making authority, evaluation authority, and certification authority is Directorate General of Training. As far as optional trades are concerned, all these activities are taken care by Sector Skill Council. Now, according to Section 8.2 and 11 of Apprenticeship Act 1961, it is mandatory on the part of each and every eligible employer in the sense, in the Sheikh sir presentation, there were 3 categories of establishments having the employee strength between 0 to 4, next 5 to 29, and 31 to 30 and above. 30 and above is the group of employer, they are called as eligible employers. It is binding on their part to engage apprentices compulsorily according to Section 8.2 and 11 of Apprenticeship Act. Next is, yes, this information is already given by Shaik Mahmood sir. Depending on the type of industry, 18 plus is the eligible age limit for hazardous industries. Yes. Next is, yes, this information is also given by the Sheikh sir, contract regulations, stipend, training and penalty clauses. Particularly as far as penalty clause is there, concerned, under Section 30, for every shortfall, employer is to pay 500 rupees for first 3 months. subsequent month onwards, they are liable for 1,000 rupees of penalty. Here, one more thing is, as far as the regulation is concerned, our department is the concerned authority as far as giving permission to engage the apprentices in the interest of training, overtime, as well as during night shift. Our department is the authority. No, yes, this information is also given by Mr. Sheikh, sir. Based on the educational qualification, stipend is defined by Government of India. Yes, that goes ranging between 6,800 up to 12,300. These are the various stakeholders available. The various employers or public sector undertaking, MSMEs, third-party aggregators, private establishments, industry clusters, industry associations, central and state government departments, various institutes which provide apprentices or ITIs, polytechnics, training partners, government and private colleges. These are the various stakeholders involved in the activity. Next is, this is the apprenticeship life cycle. Particularly, here, various activities are involved as far as the apprenticeship life cycle is concerned. First one is the establishment registration. Any establishment which wants to engage apprentices should register in Government of India portal. Next is course adoption or design. During registration, any establishment, depending on its requirement, it has to do a process, online process called as opportunity creation. Opportunity creation in the sense, what are all the various trades, and in each trade, how many candidates they are in need of, depending on the employee's strength, they need to define. Otherwise, it is not possible for them to engage apprentices online or offer any contract to the apprentices. Next is search for the candidates and make the offer, sign and upload the contract, conduct of basic training and on-the-job training. As far as basic training is concerned, the candidates who enter into apprenticeship training purely with the academic background, they are supposed to undergo basic training first and then they will be put to on-the-job training. Candidates with the technical background will be placed to on-the-job training directly. Next is assessment and certification. Government of India has introduced another private agency to the system during 2018. They are called third-party aggregators. If you engage, these are the private entities empaneled by Government of India. If you engage TPAs for your establishment to look after all these activities, they take care these activities on behalf of any organization. Next is, these are the 4 departments which are monitoring apprenticeship training in the state with well-defined jurisdiction. First one is our department. Our department takes care of apprenticeship training related to designated trade with SSLC and with SSLC qualification, particularly in a state public sector undertaking and the private establishments having their units in less than 4 states. Whereas another department called Board of Apprenticeship Training, which is housed at Chennai, which has got the jurisdiction over diploma and degree candidates, all optional trades, designated and optional trades of diploma and degree holders, they take care of. And next is National Skill Development Corporation. It is headed by our Regional Director, Mr. Sheikh, sir. They take care of all optional trades. And another government agency, Government of India agency is RDSD, Regional Directorate of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. They take care of designated trade only based on SSLC qualification in central public sector undertaking, in mining industries, and in private establishments having their units in 4 or more states. This is history of NAPS. Yes, this is also, NAPS came into effect during 2016. Now, when NAPS was introduced for the first time, reimbursement system was there. Now they have changed it to direct beneficiary transfer system. And we have, on behalf of the state government, we have appointed as many as nearly 172 assistant apprenticeship advisors spreading across the state. They take care of all apprenticeship activity in any of the industries depending on the jurisdiction or the area which is given to them. These are the various benefits which are available to the employer. This is also defined by our NSDC counterpart. And as far as the CSR utilization is concerned, now according to Schedule 7, Section 135 and Item 2 of Companies Act 2013, CSR fund can be used to promote promoting education, including special education and employment, enhancing vocational skills, especially among children, women, elderly, and differently abled, and livelihood enhancement project. Government of India during 2022, they have issued a circular DGT, how to make use of CSR fund. Here, there are three categories, as you are aware, there are three categories of establishments. Establishment having the employee strength between 0 to 4, they are not eligible to use any CSR fund. And even the second category of establishment with employee strength between 5 to 29, it is the option to them. There is no compulsion on the part of the government to engage apprentices. Here, even the second category of establishments are not eligible to utilize any of the amount, whereas only third category of establishment is eligible to engage only to the portion exceeding 2.5%. Up to 2.5% of the apprentices, it is the mandate of Apprentice Act 1961 to engage apprentices. To that extent, they are not supposed to make use of this budget. Exceeding 2.5% up to the limit of 15%, whatever the apprentices they have engaged, their expenses or stipend can be met out of CSR budget. Yeah, these are the various benefits available to the apprentices. This is also briefed by our NSDC counterpart, and this is the graph wherein you have to understand the utility, usefulness of apprentices. Now, in fact, the line shows, this is the graph drawn by our department by taking lot of inputs from as many as minimum 500 establishments. There is one line, this brown line, which shows the career growth of the candidate who changes his line. Say, I am trained in IIT in fitter trade and doing apprenticeship in a different trade, or changing my career to another service sector activities. This will be my career growth, career path. Next one is, and here in the beginning, I'll be getting useful earning. Whereas in this particular line, this is referred to the candidates who are continuing their training in the same line wherein, in the sense, say I am a fitter candidate in ITI, continuing my career in apprenticeship training in fitter only. Now when I am doing my apprenticeship, my earning will be to meet only by basic needs. It is considered as the zero. I am starting my career from the origin. Now after gaining an experience of nearly 4 to 8 years, it varies from candidate to candidate. At that particular point, the person who was earning a handful of money in the beginning, his career path will match with my career path. After that particular break-even point, my career path will take the higher lead. It goes with a higher gradient. Next is, there is another blue line. After gaining an experience of 15 to 18 years or 12 years, if I take up any multinational company assignments or overseas assignment, that will be my career growth. This is where department needs the support of all industries to come to the institutes where the apprentices are supplied to the industries, and right from the day one, the candidates are admitted to the industries. We expect the participation of each and every industries which are in need of the support of apprentices in guiding, in counseling candidates as well as their parents. These are the various assistant apprenticeship advisors which are available in Bangalore urban district. Yeah, that's all about the presentation on behalf of DITE. We'll share. All of you have registered your email ID. This PPT will be shared to all mail IDs. Thank you.
NAPS ಯೋಜನೆ ಕುರಿತು ತಮ್ಮ ವಿವರಣೆಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಸರ್.
Now I request Ms. Rama NS, ma'am, to honor Joint Director with a memento. Now I request Ms. Mamta BE, ma'am, to honor Shaik Mahmood sir with a memento. Thank you, ma'am, for honoring the guest. Next up, we have a presentation on NATS board. May I invite Rahul Ate, Assistant Director Board, Chennai, to address the audience.
Online.
For making arrangement for online meeting to give the presentation on NATS scheme. And I good afternoon to all dignitaries on diets and off diets. And so on the behalf of the Board of Apprenticeship Training, I just giving a presentation on NATS scheme. So as I have shared this presentation, so that you know that National Apprenticeship Training Schemes comes under the Ministry of Education. So basically, this is the introduction for apprenticeship training. Already, Mr. Shaik Mahmood sir has already given the details about Apprentice Act and rules. At the same Apprentice Act and rules is applicable under the NATS scheme. Only thing that procedure and process may be differ, so that I will tell about that, and in brief details I will give you. So basically, this is a completely on-the-job training at workplace in the establishment with the support of stipend. And this will create the proficiency and specific job roles for the apprentice, and also the industry relevant work experience, and it will enhance the employability of the apprentice. So in the same band range, that establishment engage the apprentice and in 2.5% of the total manpower to 15% of the total manpower. So this is the National Apprenticeship Trainings comes under the Apprentice Act only, and so who have that for the graduate and diploma apprentice who have passed out or pursuing their respective qualification. So this is basically the NATS scheme is a flexible scheme under the Apprenticeship Act and under the Ministry of Education. And so there is a three vertical program is coming under the NATS scheme. So first is that during the graduation, and the second is after the graduation, and third is the credit for the apprenticeship. So during the graduation, if any student having the industry training component, which is called Apprenticeship Embedded Degree Program, as Shaik Mahmood sir had told. So same that we are already implementing this scheme, this program under the NATS scheme. So if any student having the this industrial training component for at least 6 months, so they can undergo for the training. And only thing that institute has to sign the MOU with Board of Apprenticeship Training as per the prescribed format. And that institute also has to fulfill the eligibility criteria as per the UGC guidelines. So like they have any like valid rank under the NIRF ranking, or they have any valid score or grade by the National Assessment and Accreditation Council (NAC), or if they have any valid basic accreditation by the NAC. So if they fulfilling this eligibility criteria, so they can come forward for the signing the MOU with board. And after signing the MOU, so there is then institute has to register in NATS portal and they have to register the student also after the registration of the institute. So first of all, they have to identify the apprenticeship opportunity, like working together to identify the suitable apprenticeship opportunity for the student. And second is the integrate. Integrate means that integrate program into the curriculum. So if they have industry training component in their course curriculum, they can undergo for apprenticeship training, that is student. And this will promote this program and linkage between the higher education systems and industry and non-commercials and commercial enterprises. And then board official will register, will ask establishment to create the contract for them. And after the contract creation, we will give the approval. So this is the training program for at least 6 months to maximum 1 year. And after graduation, if the candidate has passed out their respective qualification, who are in technical or non-technical background, so they can undergo for apprentice who have passed out within 5 years. And the training period will be 6 months to 1 year. And the third is the credit for the apprenticeship. So this is a pilot basis program which is coming under the NAPS scheme. So like if any student undergoing for apprenticeship training, and if they want to go for higher educations, so they can earn this credit, and they can add in the AVC. So they can another, if they complete the graduation, if they want to go for the master degree, so this 1 year they can consider as a 1 year of academic course program, and another 1 year they have to undergo for the master's courses. So this is as already this minimum stipend as prescribed under the Apprentice Act and rules. In that, only the 50% government subsidy we are providing to apprentice through direct benefit transfer. So as you can see that graduate apprentice that 4,500 per month we are providing to candidate through direct benefit transfer. For diploma candidate is 4,000 per month. And for the sandwich diploma candidate is 3,500. And for the sandwich degree candidate also 4,000 per month. So this is the 50%, we can say that we are providing the government subsidy through direct benefit transfer. And some of companies that which they are paying more than that minimum stipend, so like Yahoo Software Development, Cumin Technology, Export Global Technology, Tata EIG, General Insurance, and even Walmart also giving more than the minimum stipend. So this is a NAPS life cycles where that student who are pursuing or pass out their qualification, they can register in the NAPS portal. Our NAPS portal URL address is naps.education.gov.in, and where they can find the opportunity and they can apply. And once they apply, that is industry will call for the interview or document verification, and then after their training will start from minimum 6 months to 1 year. And during the training, they will get the 50% of the minimum government subsidy. As I just to tell you that state government like UP, they are giving some additional top-up stipend, so which is increasing the confidence of the apprentice to do the apprenticeship trainings. So and also this whatever this certificate we are giving to apprentice, that is considered as a valid experience certificate. So what is the role and roles of the board and BOPT? So Board of Apprenticeship Trainings is coming under the Ministry of Education, and we have 4 regional offices situated in Kolkata, Kanpur, Mumbai, and Chennai. So Chennai, we are coming under Chennai as Chennai headquarters, and we have 7 states, so including Karnataka state. So basically, Board of Apprenticeship Training is implementing the NAPS scheme between the establishment, institutes, and student, and also facilitating the onboard of the stakeholders, managing the contract life cycle, and the issuing the certificate of proficiency to the apprentice. And also we are conducting some job fairs and career guidance program for this student, and also industry institute meet and other activity. So as already sir has informed that about Apprentice Act and rules amended. So this I just skip. So basically, sir, in you see the skill landscape. So where you can see that as per the World Economic Forum, by 2017, India will be largest workforce in world. And as in 2016 report, India had most number of the STEM graduate in world. So you can see that what are the challenges we are facing, that we are only utilizing limited workforce in formal and upskilling sector. And India are the informal sectors and are difficult to upskill and reskill them. So 431 billion peoples are available. And you can see that 75% of technical graduate and 90% of non-technical graduates are unemployed. So if we give some skill and training to them, so their skill will boost, and also they can go for the better career. So it means the high quality skills will create the better jobs opportunity and their higher income and career growth. So this is the basically the trend we have in job market. Like now the government is majorly focusing on AA area. So so we have to reskill their skill, and just based on the industry requirement. So they are providing the skill. So now this apprenticeship training we know very well. That is the definition. I just come to the eligibility criteria. That what are the eligibility criteria for the establishment as per the Apprentice Act and rules. So as very well we have told that the workforce, the establishment who having workforce more than 30, so it is obligatory. They have to engage the apprentice. And establishment who having the 4 to 29 manpowers, so it is optional. They can engage. And if the company having the less than 4 manpowers, then they are not eligible to engage the apprentice. Similarly, under the NAPS scheme, apprentice having the eligibility criteria. So a student who have passed out the qualification within 5 years, they can undergo for apprenticeship training. If a student is coming for the pursuing, if they are pursuing qualification, if they're coming for apprenticeship training, they should have some criteria as per the UGC guidelines. They should fulfill the eligibility criteria. And institute has to sign the MOU with board. And these apprentices should not have the more than 1 year of experience, and they should not undergo any apprenticeship training in past history. So what are the benefits under NATS scheme as per the Apprentice Act and rules? As already we have informed, that is a cost-effective recruitment. So establishment can assess a large pool of the applicant from the NATS portal, as well as they can select candidate from any convenient method, like from the institute or from the job mela or some recruitment drive. So from anywhere you can select the candidate. So it is a flexibility we given to establishment, and it will reduce the labor cost, as we know that this labor law is not applicable, it's reduced to total applicability. So there is no applicability of the labor law as if you're engaging apprentice under the apprenticeship rule. And also you can avail the CSR benefit, as Chandrashekhara sir told. So after completing the apprenticeship training, student will get the certificate of proficiency through online portal. So this is a process flow under NATS scheme. Like the apprentice has to go in the NATS portal, in Government of India portal, where they have to register as a student, and they have to apply in some establishment, so that they will get calls for the interview or document verification. And after they getting the call, and after they selected in the establishment, so the apprentice establishment has to create the contract for them, and they have to raise the performance on monthly basis, so that we will issue the certificate to the candidate. So after the completing the apprenticeship training, if they are not getting employment in the same organization, so they can apply for the post apprenticeship opportunity in the NATS portal, where they can also get the permanent employment in the other organization, or they can start their own internship program. So this is the NATS process flow in the so where first establishment has to register in the NATS portal if they are having the 30 and above manpower, or they have 4 to 29 manpowers. So and also parallelly student can also register, and after the approval of the establishment, and during the establishment registration, they have to upload some relevant document like certificate incorporation, training module, and ITR acknowledgement copy, and some PAN card and a training modules. So training modules can be designed and means decided by the establishment. There is no format, so establishment can make on training module, and that they can upload and complete the profile. So once they complete the profile, we will verify and forward for the approval. And once it is approved, they can start the hiring process for apprentice. And once the candidate has joined in your company, then industry has to create the contract in the NATS portal from the establishment profile. And then after the student also will accept the contract from the student login, and board will verify the contract and give the approval, so that contract number will generate. And after that, establishment has to raise the monthly report, means the record of progress. So in that, you have to only enter the number of paid days, so that automatically system will calculate the establishment share as well as the government share. So as you know that 4,500 the government subsidy for the graduate, which we are crediting to apprentice through DBT. And similarly, for diploma also 4,000 per month. So you have to raise the record of progress through this ROP. DBT is inbuilt. So you have to process the ROP so that the government subsidies should credit to the apprentice account. So this is the direct benefit transfer. And after completing all month of ROP, the establishment can initiate the certificate of proficiency from the establishment login after completing the apprenticeship training, right? So then we will also process and we will give the approval for COP, and the student can download the certificate from the student login. So as of now, in the apprenticeship map, you can see in our NATS scheme that total more than 21,800 apprentices we have engaged during the financial 25-26, and total in southern region almost 1,14,412 apprentices engaged. So last, you can see that last financial year we have engaged more than 1,40,000 apprentices, and these are the top establishment sectors where the apprentice engaged by the establishment. So thank you very much. If you have any doubts, any clarification, if you required, please we can start. Thank you very much.
We thank Rahul Asate sir for the informative address on our online platform. Next up, we have question and answer session. So I request the audience to kindly raise their hands if they have any questions, for which a microphone will be provided.
I think most of the people who are here as industry representatives are from the HR stream. I hope so, right? Most of the people are from the HR stream? Yes. And how many entrepreneurs here? Okay, good. So I would like to address this gathering regarding the most important people in this whole stream, that is the candidate, that is the boys and girls coming to work for us. I feel that they are especially, as Mr. Chandrashekhara told, will be dragged into various streams. Like there is gig economy, which is a big thing happening and taking a lot of employees into that stream. There is also a lot of people going back and not taking an apprentice, not completing the apprentice scheme, and also telling that they don't require this certificate and returning back, because we have seen over the years, we are doing this scheme for about 10 to 12 years now, and the fall rate is almost 50% or sometimes higher. So I feel that at this juncture, when the country is looking at, it is a demographic dividend that India has such a young population who are ready to work, and this has to be utilized with industry and the government's initiatives. So that is the main crux of why we are all here. One of the challenges is most of the people in the cities, in the ITIs, what we find the candidates are going into the gig economy and not interested in most of this thing. So we are forced to go to the rural sector to get employees, especially in the medium and small scale sectors. I'm not talking about the big companies like Bosch and the SOFs of Infosys and things like that. I'm only talking about the small companies and medium sized companies. Second is, we also don't have the kind of HR, the kind of people. We have hardly 3-4 HRs in each company. Some people have only one HR. So, getting all these document streams done is also a major challenge. But the major challenge is the candidates who come. I would request the government to also focus on how many people are continuing on the stream, because I feel Even after they do the apprentice, most of them go back to the villages. They say the life there is better. Whether we have to stay, whether the industry has to go to the village or the villages have to come to the city is a big question in this country because of the infrastructure and other things. The cost of living in the city is so expensive with whatever the stipend we pay. It is very difficult for them to do apprentice here. Then housing and other things in the city is very difficult to get. So these are the things we have to address as industry bodies as well as government. How we are going to solve these issues. As I understand, the government has a lot of initiatives, but how to address the requirements of the candidate is the most important thing I feel, and how to brand and sell this vocational training, because this vocational training has to be branded and sold to the candidates. Today it is the reverse which is happening. We have to sell to the candidates to take up vocational training. It is not that we have so many people coming to take up this. So that is the question and challenge I face, you face, and that is the question I am asking the government also to see how best they can. It is not just the people, the leftovers who just go to the ITIs, and if they come here, they will not take the job. What is that? What is the curriculum? How to impress them to take more vocational training? The government, how it is going to do about, take care about that is my main question, because I've been through this apprentice journey for the last 12 years personally, and I think most of the HR people here would also been through that. Thank you.
Few years back, the government of Karnataka topped up 1,500 of NAPS stipend which was given by the government of India. But after a year or two, it stopped. So is there any plan to continue? This would help the MSMEs to, come voluntarily and engage the apprentice.
So you're right. So I think in the year 22-23, there was a Karnataka apprenticeship training scheme which was essentially acting as a top-up to the NAPS. So when you are getting 1,500 of subsidy from the NAPS, the similar top-up was done by the Karnataka government and budget was allocated. So this year again in our annual budget plan, we have proposed for around 16 crores to actually top up NAPS, and we have already submitted to the finance department. So if that gets approved, the CATs would continue for the year 26-27 also.
Will that be for only designated or designated and optional both?
So that will be only for designated, because we are primarily trying to improve apprenticeship for the designated trades. So that will be focused on only designated trades.
My next question is about the sector skill councils. If you see, most of the sector skill councils headquartered in northern India, and the medium of communication is normally Hindi, otherwise English. But whereas you engage apprentices in housekeeping, security, and all that, the examinations is conducted in Hindi, where the apprentices are not able to understand and answer. This is personally we have seen in our organization, where apprentices in housekeeping were engaged and the examination was done in Hindi, and the results were all like they're all failed and they've not been taught anything. So I request the sector skill councils to engage the examiners in the respective state languages instead of taking them out from the apprenticeship scheme.
Yeah, thanks for the question, Mamta. And we are already on that task, and we have already engaged few of the assessors to help in the local language for the candidates wherever we are sending the assessors from other regions also. In spite of that, we are also trying to create the capacity locally as well by doing the training for assessors. So soon we will be having that, and we have certain trades already in local languages too. So we have the documents also created for the curriculum, and even for the assessors we are trying to support them with the assistance on translation.
Thank you. Because of that, most of our apprentices did not take the examination and they went out of the scheme. So I request to implement it as soon as possible.
Definitely.
And the other part is the examination fees. This is also directed to the sector skill councils. The fees is asked by the sector skill councils for the employer to pay, which the employers, basically MSMEs, are feeling it heavy to make the payment. Can that burden be taken by the government or the sector skill councils?
This request was already submitted earlier also with the MSDE, that this has become a major hurdle for even conducting the assessments across the establishments. So that was under consideration, but still we are yet to hear. Soon I think there should be a proper channelization of this assessment fee that will be done. That is, I would say that it is under consideration.
Is it with Government of India or ma'am, it is with
It's with Government of India.
Okay, and the next one is for the Government of India. Yeah, the apprenticeship scheme eligibility is 14 plus, whereas the employment eligibility is 18 plus. What do the students do in between after they finish? It is only 6 to 36 months, the apprenticeship training, right?
Yeah.
So if the 14-year student gets into the apprenticeship, the fifth past, they finish it within 15 or 16 years. But your employment law tells they can get into employment only at 18 years. So you lose that student for 2 years or 1 year in between, where they get back to the gig economy or they go, turn into socially activist or something like that. So how do you plan to address this challenge?
Thank you for that question. I think as per my understanding, in some sectors,
especially construction workers, if you see, this is where it's mostly
in some sectors, I think the recruitment age is around 16. I think I'll get back to you about it. I think.
No, the 14 plus is apprenticeship law.
In non-hazardous, okay. So they may take 1 year, and then I'll get back to you about it. I think.
Because this I've been asking in most of the forums, it has not been addressed till now.
Yes, ma'am, you're absolutely right. As far as the eligibility criteria is concerned, it has to be minimum 14 years. There are a couple of clients that we cater to that take candidates who are 17 years of age. The reason why, ma'am, so that there is a continuity once they complete with the apprenticeship tenure. I think that's the way, that would be a smart move. And these candidates who are onboarded, they are considered as a helper, or so to say, they will shadow the people who will be doing the work, ma'am. So there are quite a lot of companies. For example, the companies in the jewelry segment, they are, when they are catering to the customers, or maybe in the warehouse segment, wherein they have to do the packer's role. So it's not too much of a skill task. That's why these candidates are onboarded. Largely, these are all 17 years who have completed 17 years, so that the continuity is remain. That's what we recommend to our clients, ma'am.
So then the 14 years is not as per the paper, you mean they should not be employing 14 years plus?
They do, in fact. There are quite a lot of companies, but yes, as per the new amendment, yes, candidates, they can complete for 1 year. There is no continuity, so there has to be a gap of 1 year before they proceed with the next apprenticeship, profile or the opportunity they go in for, ma'am.
Thank you.
Sorry about my bad throat, Mamta. Just to add to what my colleagues have answered the question. So my submission here is that there is an apprenticeship degree embedded program. So that is going to help the student not just to pursue the apprenticeship for a 1 year duration. Instead, they will also be able to continue their education, which will be for about 3 years. So 3 years, which is going to give them a degree certification also. So I think that will probably substantiate whatever the loss that they are going to face just because of the age that they are in. So I think if they tend to pursue the degree program, that will add on to their career growth as well as how to bridge the gap what they can see looking forward for apprenticeship again. Yeah, thank you.
Ma'am, one intervention, ma'am. The minimum age to be an apprentice, you should have completed 14 years of age, ma'am, as per the Act. 14 years of age, that means you will be attaining 15th year of age. Normally, SLC candidates, they complete at the age of 15 or 16. So, they will have 2 years of IIT training and 1 year of apprenticeship training. Totally 3 years. 15 plus 3, it will go to 18 years. Or 16 plus 3, it goes to 19 years, ma'am. By the time a candidate completes the training, you will be attaining 18 years or even you will be attaining 19 years also, ma'am. So as per that, you should have completed 14 years of age.
I come from a defense industry, Defense India. We are a semi-lac certified R&D unit and also manufacturing unit based out of Jigni and Whitefield. We require engineers and artisans also, ITI. We have tied up an MOU with NSDC Bangalore. My question is, as Mr. Hegde told that auto industries and Infosys, etc. Most of the ITIs in Karnataka, last year I faced a huge human resource crunch. Most of the ITIs in Karnataka, they are not receptive. That's what I found very, very difficult to onboard. 18 plus years for a regular employment. They were not receptive at all. I just want to raise this question. And second very important thing is, being in Bangalore or in Karnataka, defense hub is in Karnataka. I request the Commissioner Madam to have a strong policy on both engineering side and also in the ITI side. A lot of curriculum has to be improvised, Madam, because I want to make it very clear, we are now working with an OEM industry which is into drone manufacturing, and we are an R&D center, of course. And second very important is, most of our curriculum is not up to the mark. I request to have a strong policy on the defense industry, Madam.
So I think two valid points have been raised here. One is upgradation of the curriculum, revision of the curriculum as per new industry needs, and probably phasing out of trades which are obsolete. So to answer your query, we in fact have been working on this particular aspect itself. So throughout the 270 government ITs in Karnataka, we have identified trades which are not industry relevant as of today, and we are in the process of phasing out those trades. And as I mentioned in my speech earlier, we have this hub and spoke PM Setu project. I think I made a small mention about it. So the purpose of this project itself, what you're talking about as far as the revision of curriculum and aligning ourselves to industry needs, this need has been faced throughout India. So this was the thought process behind the PM Setu project itself. So what is this project? We would be identifying certain ITIs which would serve as hubs, and we would be looking at these factors only, mainly. What are the curriculum which the industry needs? As you mentioned, defense sector in Bangalore, so it could be something else in some other district. So we would be identifying geographically 12 different clusters throughout Karnataka. So each will have its own domain speciality, and there will be an industry which will be participating as an anchor industry partner, which in turn will be supported by a consortium of industries. But though the project is primarily funded by central and state government, it would be an industry-led project. Because what we commonly find is the trades that we have, the electrician, the fitter, or the machinist, these trades are, slowly being replaced by, instead of a fitter or a machinist, you need an advanced CNC machinist. So instead of an electrician, you need an EV technician. So this is what the current Industry 4.0 needs are. So we are trying to align the curriculum to that extent. So there are two things happening simultaneously. One is the 12 clusters which I just mentioned, in which industries like you can also participate either as an anchor industry partner or as a consortium, one of the industry partners in the consortium, and give your valuable inputs about how the curriculum needs to be tailor-made. That is one. And second is, we also have a project funded by Asian Development Bank, which is going to primarily work on these aspects of curriculum revision and phasing out of old trades. So essentially, we are trying to create a system of students who are industry ready, who don't have to again go to the industry and learn what's happening and get oriented over a period of time. So this project, I think after the question answer session is over, there will be a presentation on PM Setu. So I hope many of the industries who want, like he mentioned, students with current industry relevant skills, you please understand the scheme, and I would expect some of you to be a valuable participant in the consortium also. And regarding the first query that you just mentioned, the ITIs are not so receptive. So in fact, many of our students, especially in Bangalore, are gravitating towards the gig economy. As other fellows also mentioned, the people participating here, most of the students, they find it easier to enter into gig economy. Being a Swiggy delivery boy or an Amazon delivery boy is easier for them, and it is more, at the short term, it pays them well. That is the only thing behind it. And they actually find it harder to stand in the industry and work for hours together. So this is what we have seen with the new Gen Z. So I think that we also are trying to change the orientation of the students here, because students think that these jobs are easier to do and they're gravitating towards those jobs. So we also request industries, we will instruct our JTOs and our principals and TOs to actively collaborate with you. You can come to the ITI for a couple of instances and actually tell them what kind of career path is available to them. Many students are also kind of ignorant about it. Okay, they know today I can be electrician, today I can be a fitter, but how much is it paying today means if they are thinking they're getting paid only 14,000 or 15,000, they don't want to go into that. They want to go into something which pays better. So we need to tell the students what kind of a career trajectory they can have after they enter such industries, and we will try from our level to sensitize them about it. And I also request industries also to come to our ITIs. We'll request our principals to be receptive to us, come to our ITIs and tell the students what job opportunities are available, because I think very valid points raised, we will take it. Thank you.
We have already engaged the few apprentices in our factory. We had gone to Bidar last year and we have hired some candidates. During that, we have good amount of apprentice fee stipend from the organization also was paid. Through NATS, we are engaging the candidates. However, what is happening in the NATS, after uploading all the documents, even after many times, there will be the rejections. And a lot of time, even so after several time applying, again they are accepting a few times, they are not accepting. And some people, diploma people, even after uploading all their mark sheets, so it is got rejected many times. Even April to December, they are not. One fellow, Punjab Rao, he has not got it. I am telling you the why it is happening like that. Even in NATS portal it is happening. Why we have chosen NAPS? Because NAPS is the only 1,500 rupees is there. NATS, we are getting the benefit of 4,500 rupees. That is the reason. Because cost of living in Bangalore city is very huge. Okay, a boy or a girl to live in Bangalore city, it's 4,500 or 5,000 rupees is he cannot live with the specified stipend amount, whatever mentioned in the government portal or whatever the employer is offering. Some of the few employers are giving good stipend. That is, we have to say appreciation to them, and we have to say thankful to them. Because cost of living, as per the cost of living in the city, we have to define the stipend. That is more important. Number two, same Punjab Rao, he had joined with us on 22nd December, and during the night shift, he had joined before April he joined, and during night shift on 22nd December, he had a very painful in the heart. One of my guy called me, one of the supervisor in the production called me, sir, he is having the pain in the heart, so we have to take him to hospital. Which hospital we have to refer? Okay, there is in Bamsandra industry or nearby Narayana only is there. We referred there. Again, the doctor from there, severe heart attack he is having. What may be the steps you have to take? Because either fortunately I have covered him under the ESIC. Even though it is not applicable, I covered him under the ESIC. ESIC I cannot go during emergency time. I taken a step to treat him and safeguard him first, to save his life. What may be the measures through Government of India or Government of Karnataka we have taken to safeguard such people? Because we are bringing from them the grassroots level. We are going to Maharashtra, we are going to Bidar, these many cities we are going. They are all come from the villages. What may be the safeguards? What may be the if any unfortunate situation, because huge traffic in Bangalore, anything may happen. Not only in Bangalore, any other cities nowadays. Okay, this is what my but NATS portal we are getting a lot of issues. Even after uploading all the documents and everything, people 4 to 5 months people are struggling to get the One or the other reason they are rejecting our claims. We want some good answers and good this thing for this.
Okay, sir. So you're talking about first regarding the contract creation. So some contract is sent for the seek clarification. So what is the problem, sir? So some candidate, they are not uploading the provisional certificate.
After uploading
Sir,
all the
please
relevant.
give me time. Sir, please give the time so that I will explain everything.
Okay.
So sometimes candidate is not uploading the provisional degree certificate or provisional diploma certificate. So and also sometimes they will give information as per the document. There is mismatch in the information, like Aadhaar number is not matching or maybe account number is not matching. So in such case, we will send for the seek clarification with remark. So if you see that remark, as per the remark, if you ask the candidate to go and log in and complete your profile again by editing the profile, and once they submit the profile and then you have to resubmit your contract, then we will process, we will validate the data and we will give the approval. If suppose the student don't have the PDC and in support of the PDC, if they don't, in the absence of the PDC, they can upload all the semester-wise mark sheet from first to last, sealed and signed by the principal of the college. And that also we are accepting and we are giving the approval.
Sir, in some cases, that edit option either to the candidate or to the employer, it's not coming.
So
that
now I
that,
think
that need to be addressed because even
So
there is a clear cut.
That issue is yes, sir. That issue is happening from last 1 or 2 days because in our portal eKYC is happening. Okay, so during that issue, this problem is arising because the student is not able to upload the Aadhaar card or they are not able to upload the PDC. So you please, sir, contact to me directly. I will clear this issue and we will forward this problem to our technical team. If you know my number, sir, you can note down. So if you don't know,
what I request after issuance of the contract, you should not again while distributing the DBT amount to the candidate, you should not say this education mark. Till the issuance of the contract, it is okay. After issuance of the contract, you should not say no. Your mark sheets are not not matching. Once after issuance of the contract, you should say. You should give the money. Otherwise, you should not issue the contract at all.
Yes, sir. Correct, sir.
That should be taken care. After issuance of the contract, money queries should not be raised.
What is your company name, sir?
Microlabs Limited, Bamsandra.
Microlabs. Yeah, okay, I got it. So, okay, sir, so you can, I think you may know my email ID, knofficer@vote-srp.com. Please write one email so we will address those issues, sir.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Okay,
but
thank you, sir.
this social security scheme also people have to address because
yes, sir.
Something happens to the people who are in the training session. What may be the measures? Now either the employer nor this portal can take care. What may be the measures during emergency? Where the person need to go? As a HR person, what answer I have to give?
So, sir, actually, as per the apprentice rule, I think ESI is already covered. So, employer has
ESI,
to provide.
sir, during emergency ESI we cannot go. Any other alternative solution should be done. This is mandatory.
I think that benefit can be provided by the establishment because most of the establishments are providing medical insurance, all these things. So, if you also want to provide, you can provide, sir.
No, because some limitations is there. Nowadays, salary structure limitations also is there.
Yeah, it is optional, sir. If you want, you can provide it.
No, we can do it, but what may be the measures we can do it? Because now at this stage, at this forum only, it should be discussed. Okay.
You can may I intervene, sir?
Yeah.
See, sir, I think during the presentation I told you that this is a training program.
No, it is okay. It is a training program. I agree with you.
Yeah, this is an extension of
We
training.
are bringing the candidates from
I
the
understand,
grassroots.
sir.
See, Bidar we are going.
Yeah.
And Maharashtra we are going. Yeah. We are going to some cities like.
I understand.
They all
sir.
comes from the villages.
Majority of the establishments are given them even PF. Okay, not only ESI, they are giving them PF.
Doesn't serve the emergency purpose.
Sir, I understand. I am talking about not only ESI, but PF as well. But we request the industry, friends to give them if there is a migration involved. This is an extension of training, sir. If I look at my training in the college,
what is my appeal?
Yeah.
Sir, I think, sorry, in the interest of time, so we have given the contact details of the NATS official. We are, as ELCIA, we are here We'll meet offline, sir. We will support you. We'll work with NATS, NAPS, everybody, NSDC, Electronics Technical Council. We'll meet offline, sir. Yeah, I think we'll conclude.
I came for debate. I came here to take the solution from you people. Okay. It is not a
Sir, we request you to provide. We request you to provide.
No, I think, sir, let me intervene.
See, 1 minute. See, as employers, okay, the NAPS scheme, though it does not mandate on PF, ESA or anything, especially when the students or the trainees are working in an industrial environment, it makes sense to do both accident insurance and health insurance for the persons who are undergoing training. It has to be done because as you mentioned, these kind of scenarios, it is not just a heart attack. It could be that they may undergo some accident in the industry setup. So that time you cannot rush them to the hospital and say there is no insurance. So it makes sense to all employers to provide accident and health insurance for the trainees who they are employing. Thank you.
And also, we'll share the presentation. Please go through the presentation. It is clearly mentioned that the establishment is encouraged to take group insurance. I think we'll talk that later. Yeah, thank you so much.
We request NATS, colleagues to display their, contact number and their email ID.
Yeah. Okay.
On the presentation, on the screen.
So I think we are short of time. I think we'll have 5 minutes more to have the Q&A. Yeah, we have another presentation on EPFO.
It has to be replaced by the word apprentice under Workmen Compensation Act. So what an employer takes under Workmen Compensation, what the decision you will take for his employee, the same action has to be initiated to the apprentice also, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Please,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I think we will conclude. First, we'll share the presentation. Second, there's an ELCIA team. And of course, we'll work with NSDC, everybody boards. We can work together and address your questions, clarifications. Thank you.
I have been attending these meetings for a long time, and the kind of problems and questions raised in this meeting are not new. They have been there for a while. So I feel that, there is a need for, see, for example, when some scheme is so useful, and you get, apprentices without much effort. I mean, companies will be wanting to do it. Why they are not, you have to make it compulsory first of all. There is some problem in it. We have to recognize there is a problem. And one more thing is, if I want to change the trade, I know we have struggled so hard in that CMKKY or something like that. So, policies are good. Implementation wise, the number of steps you have to take, this is not applicable, that is not applicable, and so many things are there, and money won't come on time. The steps you have to follow is so many. I mean, there are problems. That is why you have to make it compulsory, and people are having a lot of problems. If you allow, many more people will talk. I think it is very important at this point of time, at least limitedly, understand what is the real problem and try to address those problems, both from the industry and the government. I think that is very, very important. Otherwise, we will keep on talking like this only for more number of years.
We have brought TPS in the ecosystem, basically to solve those problems. That is why we have TPS.
Yeah.
If you are finding it difficult, you can engage with TPS. That is why. So ma'am is absolutely right. The government systems are not self-explanatory. In certain conditions, you may need some support. We are always there. We have a 24/7, support, and you can reach out to us as well. But we have TPS in the ecosystem. Okay, third-party aggregate. I touched upon the TPA, aspect of it. I will quickly take 1 minute to kind of, explain the TPA's role. If you can explain quickly.
So, ma'am rightly mentioned about there are a lot of layers to the registration process. Then on a monthly basis, we have to do the submission of attendance, then payout has to go through the virtual account number. So I know for the fact for the company, it becomes a very new process to first get the understanding and then get things implemented. So I represent 2Coms Consulting Private Limited. One thing I can assure you, we have seen the entire apprenticeship ecosystem evolve in the last 7 years time period. And I tell you, this is the best version of apprenticeship that you see right now. So we help you in terms of right from getting your company registration done to every monthly transaction that happens. The coordination, the licensing with the government officials lies with the third party aggregator. And that is where we both support you. Just to address the question that sir had mentioned about what is the coverage. Since PF and ASIC exempted, as ma'am also mentioned, we advise our clients to cover the candidates under 2 categories. One is group personal accident, and there's another one which is group medical coverage, that's GPA and GMC. If you give a coverage of 1 lakh rupees, sir, and that coverage comes at a minimum premium, a monthly premium of just about 120 rupees or 150 rupees. So God forbid if there are any incidents that happens, any casualties, so at least the candidates are covered. Thank you.
Yeah. So may I request the dignitaries?
Last but not least, sir. This is frequent. Last 1 year before we try to explore this option, the NPS. The problem is 2 months it worked very well. It got accepted, we received the DBT and all.
NAPS you are talking about, or NPS?
NAPS.
NAPS, yeah. NPS is a different...
No, NAPS.
Yeah.
So after 2 months, suddenly they stopped this DBT transfers. And we tried this through TPA, and they said government is not approving. So we waited for under 2 months.
You're talking about last year?
Last year, in July 25.
July, yes. There were some technical glitches, basically because of RBI, guidelines. They were shifting their account from one existing account to the new account. Because of that, there were delays. I think
till now, we have not
Nirmala
received
Sitharaman
that.
also addressed it.
We sent so many requests and
Yes,
follow-up
ma'am,
and all.
agree.
But
we agreed that there was a lag of about 3-4 months. We also had a tough time. It is basically because of RBI issues,
And
technical
I
issues
have
related to
few
RBI.
suggestions.
Yep.
We can just frame for a grievance cell or on-time portal where they
there
can
is,
address.
you can raise ticket.
Address individual and employer side. Employer, we are having so many problems, and the individual, the students to register their certificates and all, some problems I heard from the student side.
Yeah, there is a grievance redressal system, ma'am. There is a grievance redressal system.
It's open, anyone can register.
Yes, you can raise a ticket. You
should contact your TPA, ma'am, since you are engaging TPA.
So TPA, I felt very bad. I'm sorry to say that they will be there with us only certain level with their benefits. Some percentage they will fix 8%, 10%, 15% and all. We belongs to micro industries, and it's very difficult to afford their prices and all. So TPA also somewhere need to be streamlined, and their fees also need to be fixed.
Appreciated.
And their performance also need to be appraised.
Yes,
that is
why
my
we have cut down, we have freezed the TPA recruitment. There's only limited TPS in the system now. Now there are no TPS coming in the ecosystem. Yep.
And when it comes to this social security benefits, I accept that they need to be covered under insurance, group insurance or accidental insurance. But for an industry with having 200, 300, going for an insurance with the 1 lakh rupees is not comes under 120 and all. It will come minimum 1,000, 5,000, 2,000 and all based on our coverage. If government initiates any economy friendly, where with a 300, 500,000 rupees can cover minimum 50,000 rupees, 1 lakh rupees and all, it will be helpful. Because as of I have seen, if you go to the hospital, we cannot come out without minimum 1 lakh to 2 lakh, even for a minor issue. And if in case of this industrial accident or on the way to reach the office or going back, we are facing huge risk. And as he said, we are migrating people from different states. Their family will not be here. They will be staying in one PG or in hostel and all. Immediately attending their basic needs and their medical expenses and all is becoming a very huge risk. So if any government initiated guidelines or any government supported insurance schemes will help us to address this problem.
Point taken, ma'am. We will discuss it with the authorities and get back to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. May I request now the dignitaries to take your seats, please. So we'll have the next presentation by Mr. Santhosh Jaiswal, Regional EPFO Commissioner who is, the office is very close to Electron City, Singasandra. So, please.
Good afternoon, everybody. We are representing EPFO, Ministry of Labour. You must be knowing that EPFO, specifically central government, has floated some new schemes just to create and give fillip to the existing ecosystem where we intend to create new jobs. And in this particular thing, our Honorable Prime Minister, sir, has launched one scheme, Pradhan Mantri Viksit Bharat Rozgar Yojana, wherein the scheme is mandating that benefits will be extended to both the categories, employees and employers. As far as employees is concerned, any person who is joining the industry for the first time, he will be getting the benefit. Employer, irrespective of the fact that the new person is a rejoinee or a fresher, you will continue to cultivate the benefits as enshrined under the rule provision. We will be just presenting one PPT. The whole objective of the ecosystem is job generation, skill upgradation. One of the gentlemen has very befittingly shown that X and Y axis representation, where one X axis was showing the earning, Y axis was showing the time frame. So it has again been told by so many speakers that job hopping is becoming prevalent and very redundant in our big cities. So we need to make sure all the HR fellows, the employers, employees, please ensure that you should have proper skills. We should take care of the learning first, because learning word itself has got earning in it. The very moment we drop L from the learning, God knows, we all know what will happen. Again, financial literacy is the innate clause in that particular Pradhan Mantri Rozgar Bharat Yojana. Saving quotient has to be increased. We all Indians are on the very lower side as far as the saving quotient is concerned. Again, at the outset, though it is not related to this particular topic, I would like to request all the HR fellows, all the employers, please sensitize your employees that they should not file frivolous claims just to withdraw the amount from the PF, because the PF amount is for the evening of your life, it is for your family. Don't file the claim, because EPFO has done away with any kind of records and document. This is just to help the last person who is not that much techno-savvy. He may be from Bihar and Chhattisgarh, or for that matter, he or she is not that much techno-savvy. So please don't misuse that particular thing. This is your amount. And we all know after COVID, anybody in the room can suggest me any financial instrument which will be yielding us 8% plus rate of interest. So please, this is your amount. If you are in dire need of money, please file the claim. We will settle it. But simply to upgrade your iPhones, upgrade your cars, don't file it. So this is my humble request to all the employees. HR, please sensitize your employees that if you are in need of proper amount, file the claims. This is your amount. You will be getting a proper defined interest on it. So on those lines, I will request Asa Madam to please continue the PPT.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm here to give some awareness about the recently launched schemes. One of the scheme is the Pradhan Mantri Viksit Bharat Rozgar Yojana. As the name suggests, it is about Rozgar, generating more and more employment. So we'll give a few details about the scheme in the coming slides. So there is almost 1 lakh crore budget is kept aside for the implementation of the scheme. The scheme covers the registration period, the validity of the scheme is for 2 years, from August 2025 to July 2027. So between these 2 years, the government is targeting that at least 3.5 crore new jobs are created, and for that purpose, around 1 lakh crore budget is kept as for incentives, implementation of scheme, all such procedures. The scheme benefits all kind of establishments, irrespective of their sectors, whether they are contractors, whether they are like formal sectors, they are schools, hospitals. If they are covered under EPFO, they're going to get the benefits. Benefits will be for 2 years for all sectors, and for specifically for manufacturing sector, benefits will be paid for 4 years, because there is more emphasis on the manufacturing sector. And as you can see, there are incentives for employees as well as employers, which we'll see in the coming slides. Now, main objectives, again, we can just stress upon here. First, as I told you, additional employment. Incentives are being given for every employment generated. So, additional employment is one of the main objectives. Second one is, someone was saying many people are going into the gig industry. So, we are also trying to bring more and more youth into the formal sector. By paying incentives, people will be encouraged to join the formal sector, so that they are given social security benefits also, and they are also given financial literacy. So these are the main objectives behind the introduction of the scheme. What are the employees going to get the benefits here? See, they are all mostly the first timers will be getting the benefits. Not all kind of employees will be getting the benefits. The first timers, those who are not having any previous PF membership. So employees, the first timers will be getting benefits. So a small financial support is given to them. Also, there is a innate clause in the scheme that they need to continue in a company for at least some period. So with that, their employability also will be increasing, because they'll be gaining skills when they are in a company for a longer period. So financial literacy, social security, all these are taken care as far as the employee is concerned. Now, what is the benefit for industry? Industry, again, there is 80% of the benefit is going to the industry under the scheme. So their workforce productivity will be increasing, because employees will be staying with them for a longer period. And they will be also incentivized when they cover employees with the social security. Now, I told you there are two parts. Employees also are getting benefit, and employers also are getting benefit. So these are the benefits that are going to be paid to the employees. Part A of the scheme covers the benefits for the employees. Which are the employees who are going to get benefits? All first timers with monthly gross salary of up to 1 lakh joining a PF covered establishment after 1st August 2025. That is those employees. First timers means those who don't have any previous PF membership, and they are joining as a first timer in any covered company. So this is part A for employees. What is the benefit for employees? The incentive structure you can just see. It is a one-time payment for employees, because main employment generation is through employers. So more benefits are for the employers. Employees, one-time benefit is their first month basic wages, basic plus DA, will be given back to them into their bank account. We are, as an incentive, first month basic plus DA is going to be given back to them. For now, August, the scheme has started in August. We are now in February. That means 6 months are over. So that means all those people who have joined your companies in the month of August, they have completed 6 months. Their first installment will be given in the month of March. They are going to get the benefits in the month of March. So the first month basic wages divided into 2 installments. If they complete 6 months, first lot is released. If they complete the next 6 months, the second lot is released. For the second lot, one small financial literacy course also has been made mandatory. It's basically to inculcate savings habit in them. There are some videos on savings. They need to see the videos. They need to answer some simple questions, and they get a certification. With that certification, that financial literacy course also is completed, and they become eligible to get the second installment. So this is about employee part. The freshers, you can inform all your employees who have joined after 1st August, freshers, they are ready for their benefits in the month of March. It will be paid through DBT into their bank account. They need to check whether their account is enabled for DBT. We already, our teams are going to companies. We have been informing those accounts which are not DBT enabled. Please enable, ask your employees to enable them.
First tranche of this payment is due. Our Honorable Prime Minister Sir is going to give the green signal for this. I am hereby again at the cost of repetition. I am sensitizing. Please look out that all the employees' bank account are DBT enabled. Thank you.
So here I want to stress the second point. You can see unemployment in India, overall 9%, although the overall unemployment is only 3%. Unemployment in freshers, first timers is 9%. Companies hesitate to hire freshers. So to incentivize, to encourage them to hire first timers, this scheme has been, that is one of the objective of the scheme, to reduce the unemployment in freshers. And other than that, since they are continuing in a company at least for 1 year because to get the benefits, they become more productive. They gain more skills on the same skill sets, right? So that is the benefit of Part A here. Now, next is also the job hopping also is taken care of. If you can see, 6 months is compulsory, though they stay with the same company. Job hopping also is taken care here. Now this is where the benefits are mentioned for the employers. What are the benefits for the employers? Now for employers, we have categorized all your companies into 2 categories. All the companies which are less than 50 employment strength, and all the companies who have more than 50 employment strength. Employment strength in the sense, last 1 year's average employment strength. From August 2024 to July 2025, what was your average employment strength? That we have taken. And based on that, you have been categorized into 2 categories, 50 less, 50 more. So those who are less than 50 employees, you need to hire 2 employees in a month to become eligible for the benefits. And above 50 employees category, they need to hire 5 employees in a month to get the benefits. So that is the criteria. The 2 and 5, we call them threshold. And that employment strength which we have given you, the last 1 year average, that is called baseline. So you must have your baseline plus threshold you have to reach that baseline plus threshold to get the benefits.
For the employee part, only the new joinee will get the benefit, but there should not be an iota of doubt that for the employer it is totally immaterial, that the point that the person who has joined your company, whether he is a new joinee or re-joinee, it is hardly mattering to your benefit. You will continue to reap benefit irrespective of the fact that the new job has been given by your good company to a re-joinee or new joinee. Please put it on record.
Yeah, that is, once again I want to stress on that point. As far as employer is concerned, you can hire fresher as well as re-joinees. Re-joinees means somebody who has worked somewhere else and he has a previous PF membership. So you hire 5 people. In that 5, 2 are freshers, 3 are re-joinees. We consider them as hirings only. So all 5 will be, you will be getting benefits for all the 5 hirings. So that third point, additional employee can be a first timer or a re-joinee as far as employer is concerned. And what are the benefits? Now this table shows the benefits. For example, you have hired a person in the 20,000 to 1 lakh wage category, wage slot. Per head, per hiring, you will get 3,000 rupees continuously for 2 years. Per hiring, per head, 3,000 rupees for next 2 years. If you are a manufacturing company, the benefits will go on for 4 years, provided the employee stays with you. So we will see every 6 months, we will watch for 6 months. If the employee has continued for 6 months in your company, the 7th month you will get lump sum amount for the last 6 months. And this continues for 2 years for all sectors and for 4 years for manufacturing sector. So that is the huge incentive. If you can calculate, if you hire 5 people into 3,000, 15,000 per month for 2 years it goes on, the benefits keeps coming in your bank account. Again, yeah. So as I told you, the main beneficiaries of the scheme is employers only, because they are the one who are going to create more and more jobs. So 80% of the benefits are going directed towards the employers. And here, because that 6 months we are, mandatory clauses there, that job hopping part is also taken care. Employers also are benefited by that part. Few more, this baseline I have explained you. Last 12 months, average employment strength we have already fixed. So if you are having a 500 employment strength in the last 1 year, now you are going to hire 5 people more. 105 should be your employment strength so that you become eligible. Okay. Whichever month you hire you hire 5 employees, you become eligible for that month. Say for example, in August month you have hired 5 people. This 5 benefits will continue for 2 years. September you have not hired, you don't get any benefit for that month. Again in next month if you hire, those 5 members you will get benefits for the next 2 years. So that continues. Whichever month you hire, you become eligible for that month and 2 years continue for that. And for the purpose of, I told you the gross salary, the numbers, the salary ceiling was 1 lakh, but for those, for counting purpose at 5 or 2, we will even consider the persons who are above 1 lakh. We will consider them, we will count them for your eligibility, but no benefits for the employer or the employee. But counting purpose, they will be also included. That is the last line, the employees' gross wages exceeding 1 lakh also will be counted for the purpose of eligibility arriving. What you have to do for the benefits? As employees, only 2 steps, UN authentication and bank account should be DBT enabled. UN authentication has become now compulsory through Umang app only. Only for August month it was not compulsory. For them some pendency is there. You can go back to your office, check your records and see if all your employees, those who have joined after August, their bank account is DBT enabled. And you will also get probable beneficiaries' names in your portal shortly. Anyways, you can go and check and keep the DBT account ready. And their UN should be face authenticated using the Umang app. These 2 are the requirements for the employee part. For the employer part, I hope many of you must have already registered yourself under the scheme. If you have not done so far, please I encourage you to register. This is your employer portal interface. Go to the interface, go to the last tab there, PMVBRY, registration link is provided there. You can click on that, this page opens and it asks for your GST number. We are asking GST number to identify you whether you are a manufacturing unit or not, because from that only that 4 or 2 years category will be identified. And your bank account number, because benefits will be going to the bank account of the establishment. So this 1-page registration is to be completed and that's it. It has to be approved through DSC or e-sign. With this you are ready for the benefits. That's it. This was launched on 15th August. This program was launched on your last Independence Day speech. Prime Minister had given the speech and he had officially launched the scheme. Please take benefits and we want everyone to participate in the scheme. Thank you. This is the one scheme. One more scheme we have. That's a small one. I'll just take 1-2 minutes in that. 2 minutes. This is the major one. The other one I'll just quickly brush up. Yeah, sure. This is just quick one I'll do. This is another one, Employment Enrollment Campaign 2025. This campaign is on from November 2025 to April 2026. We have given a 6 months window for all employers. If you have left out any unenrolled employees in your establishment, for whatever reason, you can enroll them. We are not going to ask any questions, no inspections. From July 2017 to October 2025. In this period, if you have employees in your establishment whom you have not covered, you can come forward. It's an amnesty scheme. There are no, if you have not deducted employee share from their salary, you need not pay the employee share. That is waived. And penalty also is only 100 rupees. This is the benefit of the scheme. You can come forward and enroll all your unenrolled employees. You have trainees. We don't recognize trainees and all. We all call them as employees only. Only apprentices, hired under the standing order, they are excluded. Rest all trainees, probations, all that are employees. Identify such names. If you have anyone, enroll them under the scheme. Okay, this is the employees enrollment scheme. For further details, you can contact our office for any assistance. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable information. Now I request Mr. S.S. Srinivasa Gopal, sir, to honor PF Commissioner with the memento. I also request Asha Krishnan ma'am, EPFO, to be presented with a memento.
PM ಸೇತು ಕುರಿತು ಮಾತನಾಡಲು ಆಲಪ್ಪ ಶೆಟ್ಟಿ ಸರ್ ಅವರ ವೇದಿಕೆಗೆ ಆಹ್ವಾನಿಸಬೇಕು.
ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಈಗಾಗಲೇ PM ಸೇತು ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾನ್ಯ ಆಯುಕ್ತರು ಹಾಗೆ ಡೆಪ್ಯೂಟಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಜನರಲ್ ಅರವಿಂದನ್ ಕೂಡ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯರ್ಸ್ ಹೂ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಕಮ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಟು ನೋ ಮೋರ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ apprenticeship program, so I would like to throw some light on the intricacies or the benefits or the advantages or how to reap the benefits for the state to skill the youth under this Prime Minister's Setu scheme. Just go the slides. Okay. Yeah, this scheme was launched by Honorable Prime Minister and it was announced in the 24-25 budget of Government of India. The main idea with which this scheme was launched is to upgrade the skilling facilities across government ITIs in India. We have taken out of 2,000 plus ITIs in India in government sector, we have taken 1,000 ITIs to be upgraded in over a period of 5 years, of which we are expected to get about 60 plus ITIs for the state of Karnataka to be upgraded under this scheme. The scheme says the upgradation of ITIs through a cluster approach, that is hub and spoke cluster. Each cluster will be having one big ITI as hub ITI and 4 smaller ITI attached to it as spoke ITIs. Of course, we have one more parallel scheme under this Prime Minister Setu scheme to upgrade 5 NSDIs that we will not discuss right now. How funding is happening in this scheme? This is a flagship program, a bigger scale program that Government of India has announced in last 24-25 budget with a capital outlay of 60,000 crore. A huge finance has been announced, of which the sharing, the expenditure sharing from Government of India in the ratio of 3 from Government of India, 2 rupees from state and expected 1 rupee contribution from industries. That's in the form of 50%, 33% and 17%. This is a simple snapshot how money should be spent to upgrade each cluster over a period of 5 years. Upgradation of one hub requires about 81 crore. That's not in 1 year, it's across 5 years. Central share comes 40 crore and 30 crores from state and 11 crores supposed to be from industry. Now we are talking about, discussing with the industries to participate, how the money can be pumped in from the industry to this program. That's a very crucial thing. This is not just the investment from the industry. Industry can lead here as a Section 8 company can be formed. A CEO can be appointed from the industry to run the show in this cluster of 1+4 ITIs, though they can channelize their funds under CSR. If they are spending under social sector to utilize their funds, why can't they fund their share, their CSR share in upgrading ITIs? Finally, upgraded ITIs will make the benefit to the industry only, because you are training the youth. Where this trained youth go, again they come back to industry. Of course, this 4 spokes, each spoke will be upgraded at a cost of 40 crore. That means 160 crore will be there for 4 spokes. Altogether, it's about 241 crore in 5 years to upgrade 5 ITs. That means it's not a small money, not thought of upgrading ITs at 240 crore for 5 ITs upgradation. So I'll just throw some more light on how exactly upgradation happens. Of course, the industry who would like to participate has to pitch in some money per year over a year. That's at a rate of about 6.2 crore per year. The upgradation, reimagination of ITs, the existing ITs, you might have seen some ITs, ITI, Hosur Road ITI or a Pune ITI, that the two bigger ITIs in Bangalore. Most of the industries might have come and visited how exactly they are functioning. What should be their role, how they should be after 5 years, that is called reimagination through this intervention. Infrastructure upgradation, civil infrastructure can be augmented, more classrooms, more workshops can be created, more trades can be taken up, and decentralizing the activity of skilling. That is aligning with the industries and local economy. The flexibility is given to the industry to run their programs also. All the long-term programs, that is called CTS programs, that's ITA programs, they are NSQF programs. They should be certified by DGT only. And of course, the short-term programs may be ranging from 3 months to 6 months, needs to be certified from NSDC. Of course, behind these NSDCs and DGTs programs, industries can bring in more programs of their requirement under this umbrella. Even can thought of rolling out diploma programs. Governance, as I said, there will be a Section 8 company, a special purpose vehicle to run the show in that cluster, can be a registered entity to run this. Of course, in that company, the structure of company I'll just explain later. See how this objective can be met. Objective of the scheme is to existing ITAs of government-owned, industry-managed aspirational institutes in collaboration with the state government, industry, ensuring industry alignment with improved training. See, everywhere you can see it's industry-centered, industry-aligned, industry-oriented, industry-anchored. This is very much important. When we talk about IT upgradation, if the government could have done it with the money that is available, about 30,000 crore from Government of India and about another 20,000 crore from state, that's 50,000 crore money, the government itself could have upgraded it. But why can't we invite the industry to participate so that industry knows better what exactly skilling requirement is required for the industries? That is where this program, the anchoring. I just don't want to elaborate much of the things that are, what are the courses to be done, how exactly can be done, in first year what can be done, second year what can be done. Those things can be taken later also. See the capabilities and the rationale behind this program. The rationale is to create a digital platform. Each cluster is managed through a digital platform. That is how the skilling ecosystem works. That means this particular cluster, maybe auto cluster, maybe an electronic cluster, maybe other textile cluster, whoever wants to come, the industry, anchor industry will decide through a systematic investment plan, that is called SIP, has to be drawn. Systematic investment plan has to be done. I'll just give you an input about how systematic investment plan has to be done, because 240 crore money, you cannot spend it as whims and fancies. That has to be spent in a systematic way. You have to foresee, you have to draw the roadmap for the 5 years to come. Just how technology enabling, the main important, the idea with which this program was highlighted is you can revamp the entire IT program. With the help of DGT, you can send how fitter is working. Is it relevant to the industry? You can completely 80% of the syllabus can be revamped and send it to DGT for aligning with the industry, aligning with the NSQF framework. So that provision is there. That means the way with which we look upon the industry, ITA courses in ITA can be completely changed. Of course, as I said, the anchor industry, that's what we are discussing today. What exactly the anchor industry? Anchor industry's role is here to run the show of this PM Setu. Only the anchor industry is possible? No. An anchor industry can also take the assistance of other MSMEs on board. A consortium of industries can also possible here. A big industry can be an anchor industry, and small industry can be a consortium partner under this program. Of course, as I said, a Section 8 company can be registered once anchor industry. How to find out an anchor industry? What thresholds have been envisaged? We have said there should be at least 1,000 employees must be there in the anchor industry and about 2,000 crore of turnover for an anchor industry. A small industry can join hands with the anchor industry to form a consortium to bid in the process of identifying an anchor industry to run this one cluster. Proposed rollout for the IT upgradation is state consultation. Here, the important thing is state has its own roles, Government of India has its own role, and the anchor industry is the main, which runs the show for 5 years. After 5 years, the same anchor industry can continue to run the show for another 10 years maybe, because whatever you have invested for the 5 years, that starts reaping the products or the results over a period of next 10 years. Those can also be thought of while you're making your SIP. There will be a state steering committee headed by Honorable Chief Secretary in the state of Karnataka to head this state steering committee. The responsibility of the state steering committee is to find out whether the recommendations, whether the proposals brought by this Section 8 company is acceptable, it is productive, is it beneficial to both the youth and to the industry. That will be screened, and finally the National Steering Committee will accept all proposals. We will also float RFP shortly in a day or two, ready with the draft to float. Any industry wanted to participate can definitely reach out to the department for more information about PM Setu. This is just an information. It is possible even for a small industry, a micro industry, also to come with a major industry to join hands as a consortium. All the members of ELCIA can also discuss among your organization how best you can also join hands with the department to be part of this PM Setu program. As I said, key features of this program, you can also, later also you can discuss, it's available in the PM Setu, that's in the SID portal, all things are available. This is where you can also see, while you're submitting your proposal, this is an important document, where for the 5 years, about 20 factors like the courses, the curriculum, the placements, the building, the capacity building of the staff, trainers, principals, additional staff, additional infrastructure, additional technology, all those things are embedded here through about 5-6 heads. We have enlisted about 20 or 20 sub-programs for about 5 years. This 240 crore to be distributed in about 120 parameters. I mean, 20 parameters in 5 years. That's about 120 units will come. That 240 crore you are envisioned to spend in the 5 years to develop that cluster. That cluster has to boom as a skilling avenue, a skilling space, skilling ecosphere, where the other industries also feel like going and participate. That is the idea with which PM Setu program has been envisioned. So I just wanted to give the option for the industries to ask any doubts, any questions, or any specific things on this PM Setu. Maybe some of you are already aware, some of them may be hearing about first time. Can definitely ask.
Can we clarify, can this be done under CSR?
Yes, sir. This funding at a rate of 6.2 crore, suppose 5 industries join, that means 1 crore per year has to be funded by each 5 industries. Suppose a big industry wanted to do 6 crore by itself, that's fine. That's an anchor industry can do that. How that money is coming? Your CSR fund, complete CSR fund can also be dovetailed into this program and you can run that.
I think we have a lot of big companies here, of course, a lot of MSMEs.
Yeah.
Tech Mahindra, Tata Power, Solar. I think it will be a good opportunity to adopt, this hub and spoke PM Setu scheme. Of course, any questions later on we can connect with the DITE department.
Definitely, my commissioner is here with us. We'll again call the meetings of industry champions with our department, in the department, to give some more lights before we finalize this anchor industry partner. We will definitely give you some more inputs if they are interested to participate in this program. Thank you.
PM ಸೇತು ಕುರಿತು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಾಹಿತಿಗಾಗಿ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಸರ್.
Now I request Mr. Shivayogi V Ballolli sir to honor Deputy Director with a memento. Next up we have Rohini Nag ma'am, Senior Regional Manager ESSCI, to be presented with a memento. Next up we have Malti ma'am, NSDI, Government of Karnataka, to be presented with a memento. We have Lakshmi Narayan Raju ma'am, Assistant Director, Government of Karnataka, to be presented with a memento. Next up we have Vaijagonda sir, Joint Director, Government of Karnataka, to be presented with a memento. We have Srinivasa Prasad, Assistant Director, Government of Karnataka, to be presented with a memento.
ನಾವೀಗ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಅಂತಿಮ ಘಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರನ್ನು ವಂದಿಸಲು ಶ್ರೀ ಶಿವಯೋಗಿ ವಿ ಬಳ್ಳೊಳ್ಳಿ ಸರ್, ಜನರಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್ ELCIA, ಇವರನ್ನು ಆಹ್ವಾನಿಸುತ್ತೇನೆ.
I thought, at the end of the event, we thought we'll have lean attendance, but I think good. Thank you, ma'am. I think Commissioner is still there. The RF Commissioner is still there. Good, great. Last but not the least, there's a very important task, vote of thanks. On behalf of ELCIA, it's my privilege to propose vote of thanks. I express my heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Ragapriya ma'am, IAS Officer Commissioner. I've been interacting with you, ma'am, for the last 2.5 years since you took over. And for her inspiring keynote address and for briefing us about NAPS and PM Setu. Thank you. I think we discussed a lot about PM Setu. I hope some industries, will take part. Because I think there's no point in cribbing, we don't have talent, talent is not useful for industry, but I think industry has to take the lead to adapt, to adapt ITIs and then train them based on your need. So sorry. I thank, Mr. Chethan Hegde, Treasurer. I think, sorry, he just left because he had to go for a meeting. He's the Treasurer of ELCIA and also the Managing Director of Bhavani Industries. Please watch out for Bhavani Industries. They have some 200 CNC machines. One of the pioneers in manufacturing based out of electricity. For sharing insightful about ELCIA's activities and the industry's contribution towards the promotion of NAPS. I also sincerely thank Mr. NR Aravindan, Deputy Director General, Department of DGT, Government of India. Thank you, sir, for recent promotion. I got to know. All the best for your new role. I also extend my gratitude to Professor Chandrashekar Ramanathan, the Dean of Academics, IIIT B, for explaining the role of IIIT B and emphasizing the importance of vocational skills for industry growth. I was surprised that there's even the B.Tech. He was mentioning that there's an apprenticeship program, like 2 years classroom and 2 years the industry. They can work in the industry the 2 years, and at the end you get a B.Tech. I also thank Mr. Shaik Mahmood, Regional Head for South National Skill Development Corporation, for presenting the objectives of NAPS, and Shri B.L. Chandrashekhara, Joint Director, Government of Karnataka, for his detailed presentation on NAPS. I think we also had TPA from Hyderabad, I believe. Sorry, I don't have the name, but I just want to thank. He has come all the way from, two comms from Hyderabad, right? So what's your name, sir? Sorry. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the coming here all the way from Hyderabad. I also thank the officials of both who joined online for giving an overview of NATS, and Shri Santhosh Jaiswal ji, Regional PF Commissioner, and Asha ma'am also have come, who's the EPFO Enforcement Officer. I get scared the word Enforcement Officer, and I'm sure most of them. But I'm sure we are a very friendly department, and a lot of our industries will also benefit, because a lot of people had questions on PF, and I'm sure they'll interact with you offline after the session. We are also grateful to the Director Registrar and the Chief Administrative Officer from IIIT B and providing the venue for this program. I mean, IIIT B never says no to ELCIA. I think that is we work like a family, and venue they wholeheartedly gave us to us, saying that since it's the government event and we in the interest of the public, so they said please go ahead and use this facility. I thank the IIIT B team, a lot of Mr. Vishnu, Vikas, Timmaraju and team for the excellent coordination. We have a lot of industry colleagues from various industry bodies like Bommasandra, Veerasandra, Jigini, and other industry association, of course, including our own Electronic City, for coming here and taking part. I also appreciate the support from NSDC, Department of Industrial Training and Employment, Electronic Sectorial Council of India, for supporting this program. And of course, I have to thank our ELCIA President, VP, Secretary, Joint Secretaries, committee members, CEO of ELCIA, and the entire ELCIA team, for putting this program and organizing this program successfully. We are also grateful, we greatly acknowledge the, of course, I already thanked the Department of Industrial Training and Employment. I want to thank the caterers, the Spice and Chef, who've managed to extend their hospitality, and of course, not but last least, all the industries who have taken part today. Thank you all once again, and before we end up, we have national anthem. Okay.
I request Srinivasa Prasad sir to address the audience.
To honor all the assistant apprenticeship advisors for work for last 2 weeks, visiting all the industries, Bommasandra, Jigni, Veerasandra, Electronic City. So this 2 weeks tireless continuous work from morning till evening, they have visited all the industries and invited all the industries and met all the HRs and got some feedbacks also. So this is a time to honor them, and this is the last event, and after this we'll have national anthem, and we'll go for lunch in the basement, arranged for everybody. Don't, please, everybody should have lunch and move on further afterwards. Sir. Sir, bani.
ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಇದುವರೆಗೂ ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆ ಈ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಇಲಾಖೆಯ ಕಿರಿಯ ತರಬೇತಿ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳು, ಮಾನ್ಯ ಆಯುಕ್ತರು ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಜಂಟಿ ನಿರ್ದೇಶಕರುಗಳು, ಸೊ ಇವರೆಲ್ಲ ನಮಗೆ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಸಹಕಾರವನ್ನು ನೀಡಿದರು. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ವಿವಿಧ ITIಗಳಿಂದ ನನ್ನ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರು ಬಂದು ಅವರು ಎಡೆಬಿಡದೆ 3ನೇ ತಾರೀಕಿಂದ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ ಇವತ್ತು ನನ್ನ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನು ವರ್ಣಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವರು ಡೇ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನೈಟ್ 9 ಗಂಟೆಯಿಂದ ಬಂದು ಸಂಜೆ 6-7 ಗಂಟೆ ತನಕ ಕೂಡ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿಗಳನ್ನು ಮೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ HR ಮೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸೊ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನಾನೀಗ ELCIA ವತಿಯಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಾನ್ಯ ಆಯುಕ್ತರ ಆದಂಥ ರಾಗಪ್ರಿಯ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅವರು ಇವರೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಮೆಮೊಂಟೋಗಳನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಗೌರವಿಸಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ.
ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಈ ಮೌಲ್ಯಯುತ ಕಾರ್ಯಾಗಾರ ಮುಕ್ತಾಯವಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದು, ಕೊನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ತಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಎದ್ದು ನಿಂತು ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಗೀತೆಗೆ ಗೌರವ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸಬೇಕಾಗಿ ವಿನಂತಿಸುತ್ತೇನೆ.
ಜನಗಣ ಮನ ಅಧಿನಾಯಕ ಜಯ ಹೇ ಭಾರತ ಭಾಗ್ಯ ವಿಧಾತ, ಪಂಜಾಬ ಸಿಂಧು